full of. Oh, me? While you have technical difficulties? Should I do a thing while you push buttons and figure out the steps? Guys, apparently Diana's microphone
How about... There we go.
only
I figured it out.
only works. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Really, it only works for me. Nobody else gets to hear you. Just me.
Just you. You're special.
Just me. I'm special. What am I doing? I'm casting on. Oh my god. What instruction am I at?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows what day it is, what time it is. Who knows? I don't know. But we're here at a time and a place.
We're giving up. Giving up. It's all crazy space now. So who's in the chat?
Okay, so in the chat we've got Asa and Naughty Yarnies and Susanna so far.
Woohoo!
There's a bunch of other
That's
people
exciting.
watching, but that's everybody who's talking so far.
Hey! Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
To a thing. Should I do the intro for you? Is it weird till I do the intro? Diana's always at a loss till I do the intro.
I am at a loss until you do the intro.
Do the intro? All right, well, then I'll do the intro. Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. Guys, we're going to do a knitting live cast-on party today because it's the 1st of May and we decided to do a knit-along because, well, I mean, it's our podcast, so we can make these decisions. We're calling it the Spring Cleaning KAL, so Diana had an excuse to cast on a Stephen West shawl that she's put off for way too long.
Like at least 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, it's 2 years this month. It's 2 years this month.
I know. I am aware of the passage of time.
Hold up. I'm gonna find a picture. I'm gonna find a picture.
A picture?
Hello also to Sherry and Tracy and Lisa.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna find a picture here.
We had to do that because not only have I knitted with the yarn she brought back from her honeymoon trip, which is when she purchased that shawl kit she's got, I've also knitted all the scraps up too. Well, it's Halloween yarn. It wasn't going to last that long. Halloween yarn. Okay, so apparently I'm done with my setup rows. That's good. What are we doing now? I'm doing some girder rows. Sure.
Susanna says, "Oh, Susanna's too sleepy to cast on today." Well, thank you for joining us anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an I-cord cast
sleepy.
on for this shawl, so I am very happy.
Oh yeah, mine's an I-cord as well. Yeah, I did it yesterday.
That in advance because that would have not gone well here.
I'm trying to find the picture of Aha!
You found it?
I found it. I found it. Okay, I'm gonna hold up this picture. It's gonna be really tiny.
This picture?
I'm gonna hold up this picture. It's gonna be real tiny for everybody and not in focus. There we go. But there is me in front of Stephen and Penelope, having just purchased the yarn that I am knitting on.
Your poor husband.
That's okay. I had to take some weird pictures of him doing stuff too that I didn't quite understand, but
That's
yeah.
fair.
So I was there, I did the thing, and that was before the trip took a distinct downward tilt. Because, okay, so...
Of doom. Story time.
First, I'm going to show the pretty yarn. I'm going to show the pretty yarn, and then I'll talk about the pretty yarn.
Okay. Well, it's because there's some interest in the yarn. People wanted to know what kind of yarn it was and what you were doing with it, so...
what does it say? I can't read it mirrored. West knits are the best knits. So I spent so much money that I got this tote bag for free. And the kit also came with this adorable little bag that the shawl totally won't fit in, but the kit came with this cute little bag.
I'm sure you could use the bag for something else.
Oh yes, it's going to hold one of my myriad other cast-ons from this week that I knit like 3 rows on.
Oh my, you went to town, did you? Okay.
I've done like no work on so many things.
Cool.
Oh no, Sherry's neighbor is power raking right now.
What is power raking?
I don't know, but it sounds noisy.
Do you rake to like 80s music with leggings? Like I don't understand what is power raking.
See, I'm thinking of like the late 80s, early 90s commercial for Pow Pow Power Wheels. I don't even remember what that toy was, but I remember the song.
Okay. I kind of went more crazy hair and weird outfit for sure. That'll work.
Asa says she likes your shirt.
Thank you. It's my space alien shirt. Because it's just a shirt with space aliens on it.
And hello to Anna, and also Louise is in the chat as well.
Hey, Louise.
Oh, and a name that I don't recognize. Hackett. Oh my gosh. Hackelius79. I'm so sorry I butchered that, but hello, we're glad you're here.
Diana does the hard stuff.
I'm trying. I'm just not good at it. I'm working on it. Okay. So, I'll talk about the cast on after, but we've got it caked up. So we've got this is the Walk collection, which is hand dyed with care in Germany.
All right.
So I have opted to start with the color Silex, which is this like light and dark gray and like bronzy brown color.
Teeny little amount of purple. Teeny amount of little purple. That's it. And then I remembered, because I do everything backwards, I was on the wrong row to start, so I had to add an extra row. I'm sorry, I've seen the yarn. I'm very excited, but I've known about this yarn for 2 years. Continue. I'm here. I'm with you.
The name that I butchered is Karen, so thank you thank you for that. I will call you Karen. That is easier.
That's not where I got with that, but
no.
okay, cool.
No. Okay, so that was my color A. Color B is Arctic Wolf.
I like that color.
I know, me too. I'm really excited about it. So it's going to have some nice contrast. A bit of contrast, but not too much contrast. My color C, because it seems like you're supposed to alternate light and dark. Color C is very similar to color A. It is Metal Dust, which is primarily gray with some coppery, bronzy bits.
Okay, that's so you. It's not even funny.
I know, this whole kit is so me. My color D is Sand, which is just off-white beige kind of a color, with a hint of gray to it.
Okay.
And then color E, which is the mohair, which, oh my god, I wound the mohair the other day. So I had a day off yesterday, which is why I was winding yarn yesterday and not right now. But because it was my day off, I stayed in my pajamas and I put on my fleece dragon onesie, and then I wound mohair.
Why did you do that to yourself?
It was a sad time. So
it was a mistake.
I
hope you have regrets.
I had a black fleece dragon onesie. Now I have a green fleece dragon onesie.
Not anymore, you know.
So this is the mohair. It's wow, it like glows on camera. That is. Okay, let me just cover that so you can actually see the color. But yeah, it's like teal. Like teal plus or minus 5 shades.
I'm sorry. In person,
it's Tag Fellow. What is your color? Your color is Great Barrier Reef.
It's pretty. I'm so excited.
Okay, so now that I've showed off all the colors, I can talk about the story.
Cool. Do we have any chats we need to watch for before we get into story time?
Sherry elaborated.
I'm already eating dates, so like I'm already in the mode. We're good.
Sherry elaborated on the power raking. It's a loud lawnmower that rakes, but she likes your idea better.
I like my idea better too. Personally, I think it'd be more enjoyable.
Oh, and there was a question about who's in your space coughing in the background.
There's kitchen renovations going on. Lunch is occurring, guys. I don't know if you've noticed. It's lunchtime here.
It is indeed.
My background noise brought to you by kitchen reno people. It's my dad. There's also my grocery dude, takes me to apartment viewing dudes, helps me move dude. He's,
all around general helpful dude.
Yep. Does dad things, It's their lunch break time, so I'll have some background noise, but that's okay. When they're done, they'll be back right above me doing kitchen renovations. So then background noise will be brought to you by power tools.
Power tools. Okay.
Not have the same effect.
No, it doesn't. Okay. So story time about my yarn. I've got more hair in my nose now. Hang on.
You touch the mohair.
I know.
When you touch regular yarn, you eat it.
I know. Okay. There's no other relevant pictures, but okay. So, in May 2019, I went on my honeymoon. we went to Amsterdam and Brussels and some other little day trips. Amsterdam was amazing and beautiful and perfect, and the only other city that I've got the vibe from that, like, I could live there. Like, I've traveled to a lot of different cities, and, like, there's cities that are, like, really fun to visit, but, like, I could live in Amsterdam. It had a home vibe to it. It was such a perfect trip, and everything was great, and I got to go to Stephen and Penelope, and I bought all of this expensive yarn, and then we got on a train and went to Brussels, and whilst on the train, we were the really obvious tourist target for theft. So goodbye backpack full of very expensive camera equipment, very expensive yarn, and my passport.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that text.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I did not know. Like, you know when something bad happens and you get that sinking feeling? Like, my stomach came out and, like, hit my socks. Like, oh, that was a horrible feeling. So, I got to fill out my first ever police report en français in Brussels.
Oh, jeez.
And be interviewed by a police officer en français in Brussels. I like to learn new skills in my non-native language.
In hard mode.
Yeah, I like to do it in hard mode. Yeah.
Because really, you're not bilingual, you're unilingual.
I know just enough French that I knew that the police officer was throwing in little jokes about, because we mentioned we were on our honeymoon, and I don't know exactly what he said, but the gist of it was that he was asking, like, what was in the bags, and so in the bag of Chris's, he'd had some, like, pajamas and stuff, and so the officer said something to the effect of, oh, well, you don't really need pajamas on your honeymoon anyway, wink, wink.
If there's any time when you don't need pajamas, that feels like the appropriate time to not need pajamas.
Yeah. So, like, I'm still not sure how I feel about that. Like, I know that he was trying to lighten the mood, and, like, I appreciate the effort, but also, dude, kind of inappropriate. So, that happened. This was, like, evening on the day that we arrived in Brussels. And honestly, no, we suspect we know where on the train route it got stolen, because there's a part right before the border between Netherlands and Belgium that the train stops for like a good 8 minutes, and they even announced multiple times, like, keep track of your stuff, keep track of your stuff. There's like a high theft rate around here, like, keep track of your stuff. La la la, our bags are on the rack above our heads. Nobody's going to take the stuff directly above our heads. We'd notice that.
No, you won't.
No, we didn't. We didn't. Neither of us did. We were right there, and neither of us did.
I know.
So, yeah, hang on to your stuff at all times. If you want to sleep, literally lock it to your body. Things happen.
In case I don't look sympathetic to people, I've been hearing this story since it happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good story, right? So, like,
it is. I bring it up at least a half a dozen more times. It's not lost to me, Steve, because I'm still like, oh god, it's just painful. It just hurts.
So we got to learn how to fill out a police report in French. We got to make some very expensive cross-Atlantic phone calls to get the serial numbers for all the camera gear that was stolen.
Oh, jeez.
And then the next day, bright and early, we had to go to the Canadian Embassy, which fortunately was like a 1.5 kilometer walk from our hotel that we were staying at. So, like, that was nice.
That's a nice walk.
And it was through a park and everything, so, like, it was a reasonably pleasant walk.
Oh my.
So, like, yeah, it was a nice little 20-minute walk over to the embassy. And we're like, so this happened, and they're like, uh-huh. And so they were really nice and pleasant about it. Because, you know, that's literally why people go to the embassy there.
They probably see lots of people with that every year.
Yeah.
There was some texting with me.
Yeah, so there was some more very expensive phone calls and long distance texts as we fortunately I still have my wallet. I would have been so screwed if I didn't have my
Mm-hmm.
wallet. Like if I was by myself without a passport and a wallet trying to prove my identity,
Oh yeah,
that would have been I
awful.
can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. But I had Chris
Absolutely
there.
awful.
Like Chris had all
Mm-hmm.
his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he could prove his identity and he could vouch for my identity, and I had my wallet with all of my like not international ID but like enough of it that's like, okay, you're probably who you say you are. And
Yeah.
a couple phone calls home with people that we had to get Chris's parents to go into our apartment because they had a spare key.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they were watering our plants for us or something. So we're like, okay, go into the apartment, and in the back room, in the back corner of the back closet, there is this Tide Pods box with all of our documentation. I need this, this, and this. It's somewhere in that box.
Oh jeez. Okay.
And then I needed like references of people that have known me, like people that aren't my family that have known me for so long, and
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
so I'm like phoning people at like, because there's a 7 hour time difference. So I'm phoning people at like 5:30 in the morning. Like, I'm so sorry, but I'm an idiot and I need you to vouch for my identity.
Okay. I've met your best friend. Please tell me she started with a laugh.
No, she was merciful and did not laugh at me.
She's a kinder soul than I am.
Okay, so I'm sorry to wake you, but oh man, calling my parents was like, okay, I'm gonna start with I'm fine.
Oh yeah,
Everything's
you always have to. You have to
we
start
are
off with that.
physically perfectly healthy, but
However,
we
small
need you to
snag.
do things.
Small snag.
So, yeah, fortunately, I did not lose my wallet, which was very
Mm-hmm.
helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I did not lose my phone, so I had everybody's phone number.
Mm-hmm.
And I had all of my documentation at home. I should have photocopied it and brought it with me. I did not think that through. That would have made it easier. But I did have it all organized in one place at home with somebody that had access to it, so I was able to get it that way.
That makes sense.
So.
And all of the joy of the story, you forgot to tell people what you're gonna make with that pretty yarn you showed.
Oh yes. Oh, the story's not done yet.
Oh no.
The end of the story has a happy ending. I was able to sort all that stuff out. And then we had
well,
enough time.
That was 2 years ago. You're still not stuck in Brussels. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming they figured out you got home.
Well,
okay.
I mean, like, we didn't have to cancel our flight home because we still had another week of the trip left. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it takes like 3 to 5 business days to sort all this stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is made extra fun because there was a stat holiday during that time at home. And with the time difference, by the time that like people back home responded to the people in Brussels, it was like after hours, so it didn't happen till the next day. It was a little bit stressful. Anyway, but everything was fine. We even had enough time to go back to Amsterdam a little bit early, and I got to go back to Stephen and Penelope, rebuy the same kit again. So that's what this one is. This is the rebought the second time kit. I told them the whole story, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And I bought presents for people too. Like I'd spent like a good $300 in that shop twice.
Uh-huh. I know. Cause what God. Is this for me? Oh boy.
So I bought it all again, and everything's fine. But like, don't be the obvious tourist target. It's not a good time. It's just not a good time. Anyway, so after all that, it is a kit for the Moherino medley. That is what I am making. I did the obscenely long I-cord cast on yesterday. This is, I haven't counted yet. It's 158-ish stitches of I-cord.
Holy moly.
So I need to count and make sure I have the correct number of stitches, but it is, let's see if I can make this focus, not on my face.
Oh, it's really hard when it's just the cast-on edge.
Like yeah, it's not happening. Okay, well, but you can see the pretty colors anyway. You can see that it's like, yeah, brown and gray. And so that's my thing.
I was going to gripe about having to do a 24 I-cord start.
Yeah,
never mind.
This represents like 2 or 3 hours of work yesterday.
That's a lot of I-cord.
It's so much I-cord. And I'm like, there's
So
got to
much
be an easier way to do this. And no, there isn't.
Nope.
There just isn't.
Nope.
You just got to do it. And like,
You just gotta do
it's
it.
got I-cord edges. And like, I know I'm going to love the I-cord edges. And it looks really good with the I-cord edges. But good grief, I don't want to do a 158 I-cord. Ugh.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those ones where you love the end product, but the production part was kind of a pain.
Ugh. But this yarn is glorious. I just wanna. It's so
I
springy. It is.
thoroughly loved.
Oh, I thought there was some silk in this. It is 100% wool, superwash merino, but it is a single ply, and it is so squishy. Is squish, spring, springy.
Yeah, I really loved the Halloween yarn that I knit because it was a really nice Halloween yarn. So good.
Okay,
so
well,
good.
I think I just talked for like 20 minutes, so I'm gonna take a break and drink my cold coffee so I can start on my warm tea.
Oh, you can check the chat too.
Yeah. Lots of good mornings.
Yeah.
Teal is gorgeous.
Morning, afternoon, good afternoon,
Appropriate
good evening.
reactions to my story. Thank you. I appreciate the sympathy, the pity, the oh my god, what? I appreciate it all. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was not a good time for either of us.
Oh, felt so sorry. Also says felt so sorry for you when it happened. It was a hell of a welcome to Europe. Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's not my first time in Europe. Like I did Amsterdam and Belgium at the end of high school, and I've been to the UK like so many times that I just kept my Oyster card at this point.
I think at this point, you guys, not counting the last not counting the last year and a bit because that's messed up everything.
Yeah.
You guys have generally tended to go on an international trip every other year.
Every other, if not, like, yeah, every 8 to 16 months, I would say.
Yeah, on average, you guys are travelers.
Yeah, we do like traveling.
Look, mine's purple and pink.
I like it.
Purple and pink. I'm doing the Starflake Shawl by Stephen West. By no means do you have to do a Stephen West pattern for the knit along. We just both really wanted to cast on Stephen West shawls, so we did.
It's the biggest thing I had in my stash.
I've been sitting on making this for so long, it's not even funny. This beautiful variegated pinky pink is called Raspberry, and it is from Mammoth Yarn Studios, which is Dina from. Now I'm drawing a blank. A Tale of Two Knitters. There you go. I got there. So she's Manitoba local, which is just outside of Brandon, I believe.
That sounds
and
right.
Then this variegated ill purpley with purple and more purple. All the shades. It's called Chaos, and it's from Manjusha Fiber Arts. And I read it just this morning. Not that I remember what I read this morning.
They're Winnipeg or somewhere nearby.
Close. They're close.
They're not.
Small.
They're not Niverville, are they?
No, that was Noble Ruby.
Right. But they were like Winkler. Dugald. Okay, that's like super duper close. That's barely even outside Winnipeg.
I am sure they absolutely consider themselves outside Winnipeg.
There's like a couple miles of highway with some like businesses, and it's like it's effectively attached.
Yeah, and that's fine. And I'm storing them in my super fancy retro CBC swag bag. My whole life is CBC swag bags, apparently. Look at the other day, I've got 4.
Rachel says she just did an I-cord bind off over 785 stitches.
Ew.
That's pain. That is pain.
Ew.
That is days of I-cord bind off.
That's no. And yeah, I've looked at the stitch count and I know it's an I-cord bind off for this shawl. I'm already dreading it. Too late to cast it on. I gotta do it now.
And yes, Susanna, I am doing the Moherino medley. I realized I had like a 20-minute story and then I said the name of the shawl once. So, Moherino medley.
But did you jazz hands? Of course you did.
No, I did like, if we were going to add title cards, which we're absolutely not, but like
no.
La.
No. I don't edit these things. That's crazy talk.
No, it's not happening.
Crazy talk. Okay. So I was doing a sock heel this morning, and that took a lot of power. Just do a sock heel I've done before. I'm not sure my brain's ready for this. What am I doing? Okay, I can do that.
Susanna's
Why
doing a
would
491 stitch picot bind off.
that is almost as painful, if not more painful, because picot is also several steps.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just as complicated of a bind off as I-cord bind off is.
that's horrible.
But my God, they both look so pretty. They both
Also
look
wants to
so
know what
pretty.
we're drinking today.
I have some turmeric ginger tea in my now new go-to mug, so everybody gets a break from the Christmas mug, my Nightmare Before Christmas mug. It's an entirely different holiday. I wanted a tea that tasted good whether it was warm or cold, so I picked the turmeric ginger from Celestial because it just tastes good all the way through.
I was drinking Snow Emergency that you sent me for my birthday, but
Is it
that's done
tasty?
now. It was
It's
tasty.
tasty. It was one of my favorites.
And now in the cup that I found that I think is the exact cup that was in the GIF that you posted. I'm like, that cup looks really familiar. I think I have that cup. So, you know. So
Probably.
in the American Beauty Royal Albert Bone China cup. It's just blows my mind that it's see-through like that. Anyway, but now I've got some Monk's Blend from the local tea store, which is a black tea with grenadine. Is that it? The cherry
I
flavored
don't
one?
know.
It's vaguely cherry flavored.
Why are you asking me? I don't know what teas you have. I don't come over and drink them every week now. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it was more like grenadine. That's the thing I'm thinking of, right? Where it's like cherry flavored. I think I don't know. I finished the package, so I threw it out.
It's a syrup. It's pink. It goes in cocktails. After that I don't know. I don't remember what it tastes like.
Yeah. All right, let's move that and move this so that I'm
really
not.
thought about that.
Okay.
I'm sure I knew at one point what was in it, but no, I don't know now.
Well, it is black tea with I don't know, berry flavor.
Something.
It's black tea with sweet berry flavor, so it's a sweet black tea.
Okay.
Catching up on chat.
Excellent.
Also has some Earl Grey with milk. Very nice.
It's a good tea. Earl Grey goes well with milk. That's almost a London fog.
Yeah, if you froth the milk and make a latte out of it, then it's a London fog. Oh, that's a good idea. I should do that.
You have the power.
I do have that. I have Earl Grey tea and a milk frother and have for like 8 months. And how have I not made a London fog yet?
Because I'm not there to remind you of these amazing things.
What? Okay, tomorrow I'm having a London fog.
Listen, I feel no sympathy for you. You had bread delivered to your house this morning?
I did. I totally forgot. I got woken up by a delivery of fresh baked bread today. It's glorious.
She tells me the Discord chat, the mod chat. I'm like, what? How? Where? When? Why? What is this? Why do I not have this in my life?
A local bakery got real smart with the subscription services, and they're like, hey, how about for a month, every Saturday, we'll deliver breakfast, basically. So this month they're doing sourdough.
Ugh, I want that here so bad.
Subscription models.
Ugh, so bad.
So I'm getting a loaf of bread, 4 cinnamon buns, and 4 cookies every week for the month of May.
Oh God. I mean, yes. Pockets of yes.
And this week's bread was a garlic sourdough, so it had just like whole cloves of essentially roasted garlic in it.
Oh, that'd be so good.
And Chris
so
didn't want his cloves of garlic, so I got extra cloves of garlic in my bread. I'm like, oh yeah.
Crazy man.
Yeah.
Crazy man.
Yeah, he's just incorrect.
Weird. Hey, I woke up early this morning to be on the radio. That's about all I've done so far today, besides normal house stuff.
What were you on the radio for? And is there a link?
Is there probably not because I didn't ask for one. It was just the early bird on the weekend. I've done it before. So you chat for a little bit with the host for the day, and then you get to pick the first song for the day. So, and I like doing it. So then I get to pick the song I want. So I did. I gave a second option because the first song I picked was there's a swear version and a non-swear version,
Mm.
and I wasn't sure if they'd have the radio edit version. They did, so they were able to play it, which is really nice. What am I doing? Learning how to read.
Oh, so Susanna's Pico bind-off monstrosity, it was a Helen Stewart shawl.
Okay, she has really nice shawls.
I'll have to look some up.
Because what you need right now, when you're in the middle of a cast-on-itis episode, is more stuff
I know,
to
right?
tempt you.
And no, Asa, I have not looked at the stamps on the cups yet. I have not done that yet. I will get there eventually.
It's not that big of a worry for you. It'll happen when it happens. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Do we know what everybody else is starting today?
Well, let's see. People were saying Rachel's doing a city limits sweater, but she has to finish her test knits first, like a responsible human.
What?
No, we are
Crazy
irresponsible
talk.
humans here.
Crazy talk. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like finish your test knits. That's an important thing to do.
Cast on all the things.
I would cast on all the things and stress myself out, but I feel like it seems wiser to suggest people don't do that option. I mean, do you and do the thing you want to do. Absolutely.
Apparently grenadine is pomegranate syrup.
Is it? I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've run across it.
So today I learned Anna is doing the Little Waves cardigan, which needs to be done by the 15th. So yay, marathon knitting.
What is Little Waves cardigan? Diana,
know.
we need a photo.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna look it up here. Little Waves cardigan.
Apparently, I have to repeat this 2-row thingy 16 more times. So I should have 18 bumps when I'm finished. It's garter, baby. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
I love me garter. I was worried. I like brioche knitting, but it also takes quite a bit of time. He has a garter alternate. So if I get to the brioche section of the shawl and I don't want to do it, I can do the garter repeat instead. So I can make my decision when I get there as to whether or not I want to do the brioche. I've done brioche before, and I like how it turns out in the end. I'm just not sure I want to commit to brioching right now. Guys, I was doing a mock short row heel. Not even remotely complicated. It took me 3 hours and 2 breaks just to remember to pick up stitches and cast off stitches.
Okay, I have no idea if this is the correct sweater, but this is a cardigan called Little Wave and is really cute, so I'm going to show it anyway. Apparently it was already in my favorites.
That does not shock me.
So yes, it's a Ravelry pattern, but I've made it full screen so it's just the photo in case anybody has visual problems with Ravelry. So it's just a photo on a black background that I'm about to drag on.
Okay. Awesome. All the things.
It's pretty cute.
Oh, I should take some updated photos for you so you can see the kitchen, because there used to be so super vague description of a kitchen most of you will never ever see because we're all interested in those sort of things. It was a legit got here from the 70s kitchen, including the oven in the wall halfway up with cupboards below and cupboards above in the beautiful green color that they were at the time. Then you had the hallway, so you'd have the kitchen, and then right beside the kitchen you'd have the hallway, and one way would take you to the bedrooms, and the other way would take you to the door to get out of the house, like your back entrance, right?
Mm-hmm.
My dad had years ago, the next section over from that hallway was the dining room, living room section, and Dad had to put in very large glass windows and doors across the back section to match the front, and he put a new door in the back section. So So he got rid of the old door. So we had the hallway that went to nowhere because there was, there was a frame for a door opening, but no door. The plan had always been to rip down those two walls between the kitchen and the living room, dining room space and make it one giant open space, right? Because like the open concept's the thing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So both those walls are gone. It's just a big old open space upstairs now.
Oof. That's going to be massive.
It would be huge. I'll take some photos for you because you have definitely been over and seen
Yeah.
it. So that's it. And I think I've picked the apartment I'm going to apply for. So
Is it my old place?
no, it is not your old
Okay.
place.
That would have just been so funny.
I found one with a better kitchen, no balcony, but a really nice kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And that really nice kitchen just sort of wins out.
Really nice kitchen is important.
It's just, it has a dishwasher.
Oh, yes. Dishwasher. I can never go back to not having a dishwasher now.
I'm just like, full-sized fridge, full-size stove, full-size microwave, and a dishwasher.
Yeah, that wins.
And counter space. Like, I can have appliances and still make food on the counter.
Also very good.
They're good. I'm like, cool. Yeah, I think, yeah, we're gonna
However,
do that
appliances on the counter are only useful if you actually have power outlets to plug them into, which my kitchen really lacks. I've got a big kitchen. There's no power outlets.
There's never enough power outlets.
I mean, there's like the one that the kettle and the coffee maker plug into, and then there's one on the opposite corner that I guess like it's over by a phone jack, and like it's in the other corner, and like the toaster oven plugs into it, and then there's nothing else.
Yeah. Well, consider how old your house is. That would have been more than enough at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Now it's not. Now it's not. But then it was. So yeah, I run on the theory that there's never going to be enough plugins. So long as I have some, I can make it work.
Jen is casting on an exploration station.
I've made one of those.
Me too.
That was such a fun knit.
It was. The rows get real long because circular shawls, but very pretty.
So worth it.
It's probably one of the things I wear the most when I go
That's
out.
the one where I was like,
ever.
Cast on the shawl. Let's do a shawl. And everyone's like, it's got brioche. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I'll figure it out when I get there.
Yeah, brioche was really fun. That's the only brioche I've done, but I want to do more. It was really nice.
I enjoyed the brioche, even with the weird words that they use for increases and decreases. Barks and burps.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, cool.
Sure. Bark it, burp it, pop it,
Whatever.
lock it. I don't know.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But increase, sure, I know how to do that. Should the increase this weird, funny way? Cool, no problem.
Asa is doing the Elton cardigan out of some wool mice yarn. That's going to be gorgeous.
So good.
Sherry's casting on is it a Mama, a Mama,
a Mima?
Mama, Maema. It's the AE. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it properly. I've been pronouncing it Mama in my head, but I don't think that's probably correct.
It's in my favorites, and I call it the M sweater that I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah. But that one, yes, also in my favorites. I want to make that one.
I feel like that one I'm either probably gonna like do a kit or get a really nice fade combo going, like buy a fade kit and make it from the fade kit.
Ooh, that'd be lovely.
Because then I don't have to worry so much about the colors that are going on, like picking one color or other color. I can just pick a kit color combination that I really like, and then get it for a size, a touch, like a size larger than I would actually need to make the M sweater that I can't pronounce, so that I've got the extra skein for length in my arms. So, who knows? I've already lost count of how many repeats I've done on this very easy garter pattern repeat section I have to do. Oh my goodness, if you guys have seen the Starflake, it's got that really pretty like star shape at the top where you got your main color, contrast, okay, you get the idea, right? Alternates. So I'm working in the main color. I even watched the video tutorial. Who am I? Crazy. I wanted to see how he decided his main color versus his contrast color
Mm-hmm.
and how he made that choice. And he described it as the main color as being the focal point and the contrast color being your pop. So you will wanted to pick your main color with whatever one it is you wanted to stand out a bit more, whether you picked the light or the dark, because they're used pretty evenly throughout. So I was like, okay, what I want to have stand out more is the purple, and I want the pink to be like the highlighter color. So I want it to do a little bit back. So purple it is. I didn't do too bad of an I-cord pickup or cast on either. Usually I really mess up I-cord
That looks good. Love
quite
those
badly on the
colors.
first go. Ah, I'm so excited by these colors.
Seem to have consensus on Mama for the sweater.
Mama? Okay.
Rachel says she talked to them at Knit City and they said Mama. So if the
Mama?
designer says Mama,
This is
then it's
Mama?
Mama.
Excellent. Decision made. Pronunciation confirmed. Oh my goodness gracious.
Apparently, if you get a London Fog at Starbucks, they use a stash tea called Spring in Paris, which is an Earl Grey and lavender. And then Lisa's pro tip is use vanilla creamer instead of milk. That sounds
Ugh,
amazing.
lavender. Ugh.
I know you don't like that. I love lavender.
I know. Do it up.
I
My
got a
first
lavender and
time.
vanilla candle. Well,
Where's
actually, Chris got a lavender and vanilla candle. Chris got a care package at work that had a bunch of stuff, but including a smelly candle. And he doesn't care about the candle, so he let me pick the candle. So I got a vanilla.
Okay. I was like,
Vanilla
he's not
lavender.
really a candle dude.
No.
No.
Oh, it's by that candle company. I know that candle company from when I fell down my rabbit hole of liking local businesses on Instagram. It smells really good though.
Say at least it's for candle companies.
It's the Gracious Candle Company.
You've seen the kind of rabbit holes I fall down. We end up in weird places.
It is hand poured in Baden, Ontario. No idea where that is. And it's soy based, I think.
Oh, I
It's
like the
essential
soy-based
oils
candles.
and plant based, so I think it's soy.
I like the soy-based candles. Oh my goodness, guys! I cracked the windows today because it's supposed to be a high of like 22 degrees here.
We're getting like 12, but at least it's sunny. It's not gloomy.
We go back down tomorrow and might get rain tomorrow, so we're doing that. Still doing that spring flux. Whatever, it's fine. Yesterday was a beautiful high of 13 and sunny while I was viewing apartments, so I could wander outside. I know, I left my house. Oh my god. I left my house in this cardigan. There are cool threads, and they went places.
Oh my gosh. What?
I even wore a shawl.
Who? What? What is
Who
this world?
am I?
What is this world where we go out? What is out? I don't.
And that's probably the last time I'll do till I move. It's okay, cool.
Oh, slight correction on the Starbucks one, the Starbucks London Fog. It's breakfast in Paris, not spring in Paris, is the tea that they use.
Okay. First time I ever had a London Fog, I was at the U of M campus in the not the college. Because they had those two colleges. One was the church. Were they both churches?
I think they were.
I think they were both churches. Anyway, the first one, I never took any classes in it. I always had to go to the second one. But the first one, in the basement of the first one, when you were walking past, had this beautiful little cafe, and they
Was
made
that the Daily Bread?
Yeah. And they
yeah.
just made the best London Fog. So you go and get a London Fog on your way to class at the next church over, like church study campus grounds. And then I would go into the basement of that building because I only ever took morning classes, guys. Like my classes were done by 12:45, and I took 5 courses a semester. I never took an afternoon class. My brain was done by noon. I didn't want to be learning. I wanted to be studying, reading, or napping.
Fair.
I took morning classes. I would go down to the basement of that building, and they had like the best fries on campus. So you picked up your mid-morning tea, and then you took your last class, and then you had your fries, and then you left, and you went over to the main library. In my case, because I was a humanities student, so I needed the third floor like nobody's business. And you stood at the main floor of the Defoe Library and got your Starbucks, and then you studied all afternoon. No?
Sounds like a pretty good system.
I heard it worked
I
out pretty well.
just lived in the engineering and science buildings, so
I never had to go into those buildings, like, ever. I walked through them a couple of times.
yeah, that's how I feel about yours. Like, I don't think I went on the humanities side after first year. I
Yeah,
got
you
my,
have to
my W course out of the way, and that was the end of it.
done with that. Whereas, like, I
Oh, no,
just
that's
remember
a lie.
having to
That's a lie. I took
go
some psychology courses over there.
visit my profs and their offices. You could ride the elevator to the third floor, but then you had to take the stairs to the fifth floor because the elevator only went to the third floor of that section of the building.
Those are some old buildings.
There were some old buildings
I
I was
definitely got
in.
lost in those buildings.
I was in them for 4 years. I was still getting lost when I stopped.
I liked the
I
uh,
just
the
sit and think
atrium and
about it.
the atrium in the engineering buildings. If you went all the way
It
up
was
to the sixth
beautiful.
floor, you could chuck paper airplanes.
See, I never did that, but it was a beautiful space.
It's a good time. Chuck paper airplanes.
Chuck paper airplanes?
Lots of people did it because there were a lot of paper airplanes up there.
Well, engineering students.
Well, yeah.
No. Apparently, my
Let's
cat
see.
was behind me and decided to abandon me. I didn't realize she was there.
I think she was up in the window. I saw her go up earlier.
That's entirely where she was. Open windows.
Lots of people are doing the MEMA. Tracy's doing the Pip and Pin's new one called Aurea, which is apparently similar to MEMA.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up. Pip and Pim's beautiful stuff. I like her stuff. Dana, you should go find a photo of that.
The MEMA?
No, the new one.
Oh, Aurea. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
then if
wanna
I
see a
share my
photo.
screen, you can see it too.
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'll get smart about that eventually. Okay.
Well, you're not
Aurea.
knitting, so let's put you to work.
Yeah, I meant to be knitting, but between drinking tea and reading chat, my hands are full.
They are.
La 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 Aurea in patterns.
Mm-hmm.
By Pip and Pin. This one.
Because what I need is more distraction right now.
Okay, so if I make that full screen.
I packed
Okay,
3
so
boxes
it's just images.
that had two-thirds of the box was yarn. The bottom third was books, because books be heavy, people. I still haven't made it. I still have all the stuff in the tower behind me, and most of the stuff on the shelf above on a screen, and not a single project I'm currently working on. That's all just stash yarn in those boxes. I'm like, who am I? I don't want to pack my fabric. I'm already like, can I get rid of more? Is there a way for me? Can I comfortable letting go of more of this?
Do I really have to move all of this?
Because if I don't love it enough to move it, it means I shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So because you started this Zoom call and not me, I am not able to share my screen unless you can find the setting that lets me do that. So in the meantime, I'll just drag this tab over again. So it's just image on black background. I don't know. So in the meantime, I'll just show this.
Okay, well, first I'll take a look and then I'll get really close to the screen so people only see the top of my head.
Okay. This is the Aurea.
So I completely forgot I'd started the Zoom call. Because I always start the Zoom call.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think about it either. Okay, so it's like a raglan sleeve, but it's got a cute cable detail on the raglan part of it.
Okay.
And then the sleeves are a bit longer than elbow length, and would that be a bell sleeve, or maybe it's just a straight sleeve? It's not a fitted sleeve.
Okay.
But I don't want to say it's baggy because that doesn't sound nice. That's a really cute shoulder detail. I really like that.
Ooh, we may have added to Diana's list.
But otherwise, it's just a really basic, kind of everyday wear sort of cardigan. That's lovely.
Listen. Yes. Yes. Because it's those beautiful basic pieces that are everyday for a reason. You put them on every day.
It's got a nice high-low hem.
I found myself a standing desk I need to order.
That's really
no bells,
cute.
No whistles. What am I going to do with buttons and things that light up?
But bells and whistles and buttons, things that go beep.
No. It's just no. So much no. It doesn't work for me. Should finish the row I'm working on, shouldn't I? How many stitches do I got to hit? I'm on the last 3. Time to slip some stitches. I'm giving away nothing of the pattern, guys. You know it's an I-cord edge. We all know how to make those.
It's a Stephen West. There's slip stitches and I-cord edges and probably some really big yarn overs.
See, I'm never sure about the really big yarn overs.
I'm excited to do this one. The Moherino opens with a bang, like you do the I-cord edge. Oh, I like that.
Okay, isn't that purple just so pretty?
It's so pretty.
So pretty.
And this one you do the I-cord edge, and then you do like a couple rows of garter stripes, and then you do like these giant yarn overs. I think they're triple yarn overs. They're so big, and they make it like a picot edge.
Jeebers! A triple yarn over?
Mm-hmm. They're huge.
That'd be huge.
They're huge.
Huge. Okay, is there a way for me to scroll even closer to the computer? Guys, welcome to the top of my head. This is what Diana sees while we're getting ready to do things.
People agreeing that old houses need more outlets and dishwashers are absolutely necessary.
No, but I would like to be lazy about it, so yes.
Vertices Unite. That's another shawl that people want to do.
Oh, yeah, that's on my list. And it's like all garter, I think. You want to say hi to the internet?
Hello, internet.
There's a dad.
Here's Dad.
The funny thing is, I was watching because Jamie from Cozy Up Knits is knitting at Vertices Unite right now.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen this week's episode, but I watched last week's episode. Sarah and Katie? I can't remember which one of the twins. I think it was Katie, could have been Chrissy. I can't remember. Now I feel bad because I've met them and I do know there's differences. Guys, I've had, till last night, I've been surviving on 4 hours of sleep and an hour nap in the middle of the day. We're lucky I'm here talking.
We're lucky you can form whole sentences.
Sentences hard. Anyway, they surprised her. They'd all cast on Vertices Unite. So they had like huge
Katie
chunks of shawls done.
Katie,
Asa. Good. I was like, oh man, I hope I got the right sister. I'd feel so bad if I got the wrong sister. So Jamie's doing it, and I was laughing because I sent her an Instagram message. I'm like, what you and I should do is we should have a shawl off, because you want to do the jigsaw shawl, which is Stephen West is the big one. And I'm like, and I want to do a Vertices Unite, so you and I should challenge each other to see who could do it faster, because neither one of us knits as fast as Sarah. So it'd be a fair challenge. And it would give us an excuse to cast on those shawls.
Mm-hmm. Chat says, hi, Dad.
He did his quarantine, and then he came down, and he's here with me until he's all done, and I'm moved out, and the house is up for sale, so it's lots going on for him. And so much dust, because all the old walls they took down were plaster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the new ones are drywall, thank God.
Erin says her dad grew up in an old house and was constantly annoyed by the lack of outlets, so when he built a house, he put outlets every 6 feet through the whole thing, as many as was legal in the kitchen.
Yes.
That is the right number of outlets.
That is as many as are illegal. That is exactly the right number. Yeah, trust me, the kitchen upstairs got a lot going in. And a pantry.
I found a third outlet in my kitchen a couple weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where it is?
Nowhere convenient.
So, you're facing the oven.
Okay.
To the left, there's cupboards under the, there's like counter cupboards. And then
your countertop, your lower cupboard cabinets.
So in the lower cupboard, there's this weird, like, swings up shelf. But it's like, it's not high enough to be an extra bit of counter. But I don't know what its actual purpose is.
Cutting board, maybe?
Like, it's not tall enough for that. It only comes up to, like, mid-hip height. So unless the kitchen was built with a rather short person in mind, I don't know what its purpose in life is. We keep potatoes on it.
Okay.
And just don't ever swing it out because it's a little bit rusty and old and janky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but if you swing that up and look underneath, then On the floor, there's a power outlet.
Oh my god.
Not on the wall, on the floor. Plugged into that, there's a power bar. And plugged into that power bar, there's some other cord that goes somewhere that I think runs behind the oven to the other side and up where the microwave is plugged into another power bar, and we were mystified where that power was actually coming from. I think it's coming from there.
I love old houses so much.
This house has so many opinions about things, and
so weird.
Some of the opinions are objectively wrong.
Well, like, my sister's new house is this nice front porch. You walk up the stairs. It's a nice front porch. It's really good. Nice and spacious. You got nice, wide, easy to go steps. Like, it's so good. You go under the front door, and the hallway is the width of the door, like the door frame and a touch more. I think to yourself, this is really weird. Like, the door opens this way, and you've got a pass through into what they used as a dining room space. My sister and brother-in-law are going to use it
Chad
as
is so
their
smart.
computer room.
The swingy out shelf is for like a mixer or a toaster, like some kind of appliance, so you can plug it. This is so smart because the counter's not really big enough for the mix. This is so smart. I'm putting my KitchenAid on there when we're done here. This is so smart. Chat, thank you. You have expanded my brain this day.
Write a note or you'll forget.
No, I'm not going to forget this. My brain has been exploded. That's so smart.
Thank you, chat, for answering life questions. I had no idea what to use that thing for.
God, that's so smart.
What do you need your KitchenAid mixer for? You get bread delivered every Saturday.
Well, yeah, but we make noodles sometimes.
Moderately envious of you about that.
And scones and pancakes. Like, I bake.
I know.
That's so smart. I'm never going to get over this.
No, and
I'm going to have to find a new place for the potatoes, but that is so smart.
Mm-hmm. No. It makes total sense. I had no idea. Oh, I know. I don't do kitchens. Just looking around today, that's like, I'm 38. I don't even own a casserole dish. I don't kitchen. And the area that I'm looking to move into, I don't have to. I'm within walking distance of many bakeries. I can continue to not kitchen. I'm in fact within walking distance of 2 Stellas if I get the apartment I want.
Oh, nice.
And your favorite coffee shop downtown.
Oh, jealous.
So exciting. For in the after times when we're allowed to go places, see things, and be with people again. Which is fine. Which, yes, means I am moving closer to the local yarn store here in the city.
Perfect.
A poor lady who showed us around, she's like, well, there's only street parking. And I'm like, they don't let black people drive. Huge health and safety risk. I don't care that there's no parking.
It is irrelevant.
Irrelevant for me. It's not a thing I'm concerned about. She's like, I hadn't thought about it that way, but that makes perfect sense. I'm like, yeah. I love people coming to visit me, but I understand that I don't care about parking, so you're on your own. Figure it out. I have faith. You're all adults. You can do this.
There's at least one spot somewhere in a 4-block radius. It's fine.
I believe in the you that believes in you. You can do it. I have faith.
God, I can't believe about this shelf. It's so smart. It's so smart.
It is. So, we're walking into my sister's house. And on the right, there's a pass-through. So that's the part where you have the wall and you have the hole, the decorative hole in the wall, into what was probably originally a dining room. They're going to use it as a computer room. That makes sense. They're more computer people than dining room people. And I thought that on the left-hand side, it was just hallway, and then it opened up into the living room. Oh, no. No. You see, when you close the front door, you realize that you only have the door frame space to get into the house for a good length of wall. Probably 4 feet.
So it's a narrow entryway.
Narrow entryway. Do you know why? Because someone built a closet that opens up into the living room space and then ran a bar. So my sister's like, that's coming out. Like, they ate up 3 feet of width space and an entryway to literally make it a hallway so they could put a closet in facing the living room.
Why in the living room? Why wouldn't you make it face the entryway?
It doesn't even face the entryway. It
That's
faces the living room.
just let's flip that closet. That would make so much more sense. Why is it in the living room?
Sherry's just like, it's just coming out. We're just having flat wall with hooks on the wall and a nice low bench to sit on, so you can just come in and open the door all the way and have 6 feet of space in your entryway.
Yeah,
Which makes way more sense. Because if you think about it, when you're carting grocery bags in, you're wider than 3 feet, which is like a door and frame, right? Because like doors are usually about 2 feet across and a bit. Yeah, like we're just all bigger because we got all the grocery bags, right? I'm like, that's the world's awkward entryway I've seen. I have not seen an entryway that poorly laid out in a very long time.
that's rough.
I'm like, oh my god, kid. I mean, because we're carpenters' daughters, we're just like, yeah. Just take this out, smooth it down, some mud and tape, plaster, paint it. Like nobody will even know it was there in the first place. It's fine. It's not holding up anything. It's not a structural wall because it doesn't go all the way to the ceiling.
Oh god, so they literally just like slapped in a wall for no good reason.
No good reason.
That's
cool.
awful.
That's gonna go. So I was just looking at her. I was like, "Oh, please tell me there's more fun." And she's like, "Oh yeah." She showed me her place, so she was showing me all the fun stuff. The death trap stairs.
Death
It's an
trap
older
stairs.
house. Well, they're very steep.
Oh, stairs
very
like that.
narrow. Yeah, into a basement. That is you could finish it off. Like they hadn't finished it, so it was still like the bare concrete walls and stuff. But it was a full, enclosed, decent sized basement. Ceilings were fine. But you got down to the bottom, and then you had one very large, sharp corner and a big step down to get to the concrete. So you went pitch down. And if you were over 5'9", most of our family, you put your hand out because you were going to hit that ceiling space before you ducked. Because the closet from the bedroom upstairs had to go somewhere. Death trap stairs.
Okay, death trap stairs. Yeah.
Yeah. According to the term when I bought my first house, we replaced the stairs to the basement. They were the same way. I was like, this is not going to work. That was fine. It's all fixable stuff. If you think like we do. For the record, guys, it's a fully finished, brand new renovated apartment that I'm applying for. There should be no need to fix anything for a very long while. New windows, new kitchen, new paint job, new floors.
They made the stairs down to the basement in this house. They're nice and tall and like not death trappy at all, which I super appreciate.
Oh, good. Yeah.
The death trap stairs are the two more stairs if you do a U-turn at the bottom, and there's like this ledge in front of the board game closet. And there's no railing. It's like,
no,
but like it's just far enough that if you fall off it backwards, you could actually break something.
Yeah,
like that's the death trap.
All houses have a moment where you're like, what were you thinking when you did this?
I don't know. But like this house had a tuna can for a junction box in my closet over there.
That's true. Yeah.
So
that's
like
true.
that's not like slang for anything. It was a literal rusty old tuna can.
Can of tuna.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. So yeah, no, I'm very excited to not live in a construction zone.
But they made the stairs to the basement are like because it's so tall. On top of the stairs to the basement is the bathroom. So you go in the bathroom and you're like, oh, there's these 3 huge cupboards. No, there's not. 2 of the cupboards are covering up the basement ceiling. It's one small cupboard. Lots of counter space. Okay. But one small cupboard, not 3. One small cupboard. Not 3 big ones.
Yeah, I gotta go back to an apartment-sized bathroom. I've gotten spoiled with the walk-in closet and the house-sized bathroom in here, so. But I'm upgrading a kitchen. I decided what was important to me. And I feel like the kitchen's important. Kitchen and flow. If the flow of the apartment makes sense and the kitchen's something I want to cook in, then yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, how much time do you spend in a closet anyway, walk-in or not?
not I don't spend 2/3 of my life in the walk-in closet, but I do spend a good third of my day cooking because I cook
Yeah.
so much from home. So I'm like, okay, now it's got to be a kitchen I can function in. Because if it drives me nuts, I won't stay. So here's hoping I get it. I won't know. Obviously, head offices are closed on the weekend.
Whoa. People want weekends? What is this?
So there's no point in applying till Monday morning because there's nobody there until Monday morning. So I will apply on Monday morning. It'll be fine.
Oh, thinking of houses and stuff, we finally hung the art, so the living room's actually like assembled. So I think
I know.
it's actually not horrendously gloomy today, so I might finally film that house tour video that I've been talking about for ages.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It's not like 100% its final form. Particularly in the kitchen, there's still things that are just kind of in a place, but it's good enough to show off the oddity that is this house that
I feel like
has
more people need to
shiny
experience your
wallpaper.
19th century pub.
Yes. Oh, also wants to know if there's space for yarn in the apartment you've applied for.
There are his and her closets in the master bedroom or in the one bedroom. So I'm
One's a
going to
yarn
use
closet?
one. I'm going to use one as my storage closet. I'm going to use the other as my closet, and the wall space in between. Because obviously you've got that space of wall because there's door, wall, door. I'm going to use that as a place to set up my wire grid system, and then I'm going to put my yarn in there. Yeah, I've already been contemplating like what can I fit where and how much can I take with me. We're doing installation stuff today. Background noise brought to you by boys.
Thump thump.
Thump thump.
So
yeah, no, I've been contemplating like what can I fit where and how do I get more in there.
Well, it's good if you're already like thinking about where to put stuff. That I would say that means you like it.
I do. I do like it. So we'll see if I get it. We'll find out. This is my life, guys. Since Friday. Last Friday. All week.
Sherry has noticed my hat in the background. So yes, thank you. It's a very nice Carmen Sandiego hat. It's the hat that I wear to tech conferences because it makes me stand out in a crowd and also makes me memorable. And I'm even like made my online identity logo all about the hat. So I'm very, very memorable. I'm very well branded at tech conferences.
She also takes it with us when we go to knitting conventions because she calls it her people hat.
I have this whole extroverted personality tied to the hat, so if I wear the hat, I can be an extrovert, but if I take off the hat, I'm screwed.
Yeah. I think I looked at you and said, I am entirely made of people things. I'm good. Let's go.
But it's good for being spotted in a crowd and for being memorable.
It is. And also, you look really good with hats on, so wear hats.
I do look good in a hat. Most hats. Not all hats, but most hats.
I don't know if everybody looks good in all kinds of hats. Like, I don't know if there's a face structure out there that can just wear every hat on the planet. There's got to be a style of hat that doesn't work. And there's definitely a style of hat that works for everybody's face. Like, I have a style of hat that works for my head and my face. I don't wear it very often because we're not into the giant J-Lo sun hats anymore.
Whatever. Wear it anyway.
I don't have one. I'd have to make a hat with like a 6-inch brim. I am talking like that early 2000s, so floppy sun hat that it's like the brim set out wider than your shoulders.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those ones look great on me.
And those look just weird on me. Top hats also, I was so disappointed to learn top hats look really stupid on me.
Oh, tragic.
I was going to get a top hat. I was so set on a top hat, and they look really dumb on me. There's no angle I can wear a top hat where it looks good.
My sister can wear those newsboy caps. So jealous.
Oh, those are kind of cute.
I don't have the face structure for that kind of hat.
I'm kind of mad about those hats.
What are you two doing up there?
But fedoras, bowlers, like anything from like 1900 through 1960, those are my hats.
Yeah, I can't wear any of those either. I don't know. I don't think I'm at 16 repeats. I'm probably good to keep going for a bit.
Also sympathizes with your thump thump, because her neighbors are doing renovations as well. Usually not on the weekend though. So there's
Oh,
that.
well, no, they sleep in on weekends. They start at 8 a.m.
Instead of what, 5?
7. Which really sucked Friday morning because I stayed up late watching Critical Role.
Uh-huh.
Like, okay, fine. If you're wondering who the other they is, it's my grandfather. That's right. My 60-plus-year-old father and my 80-plus-year-old grandfather, for fun, are renovating the kitchen upstairs. And the full demo and reno will take them 2 weeks. Going at a relaxed pace. Relaxed pace, my butt.
Rachel is suggesting that for your new apartment, since if you're getting new furniture, you can just build in storage to like the couch and stuff.
I'm thinking because I really liked. I see it a lot in people who do the sewing videos that I like to watch. Because I like to watch a lot of historical costuming and regular sewing videos. They just bring me joy. I always see those sewing tables, and then you have the DIY sewing tables, and some of them I like and some of them I don't like. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to order a length and size of IKEA countertop, like a la Bernadette Banner, for the top of my dining room table. But I'm going to have it held up with like a bookcase style or a drawer style, probably bookcase style because I have such a problem seeing things. Cubby system underneath as platform, so I can put stuff in the cubby holes. Obviously, leave one cubby hole open for the cats. Like I already understand I'm losing a space there, and then I can just put dining room chairs around it. And then when I'm not dining with it, it can be my cutting sewing table. So I can put my sewing machine on it, or I can cut my fabric on it and do what I need to do with it. And because it's a countertop, like a kitchen countertop, it can handle that kind of wear and tear and handle the heat from plates and all sorts of stuff. So I was like, that's probably going to be my most versatile option. No matter what apartment I end up with, that's probably going to be my most versatile option. That would let me have everything I want to do, in a restricted space. Because like the max I'm looking at square footage wise is 600 square feet. Max, guys, like that's the top end of my budget. If budgets were not an option, it's luxury apartments with a full balcony, all the bells and whistles at like 1,300 or 1,200 square feet. Like I would absolutely like 3-4 bedroom. Yeah. I don't have those kinds of budgets. I do not have those kinds of budgets. I have to live within my budget. So I have to be careful what I do.
You have the advantage you only have to deal with your own stuff. Like you don't have to compromise and fit other people's stuff in your space. You can just put things wherever you want them. Which I'm
and
a little
Phaedra,
bit jealous about.
I'm gonna have to be honest. She's taking up a lot of room these days. Out of my.
Okay, we have to compromise a little bit.
With the cat.
A little bit.
Well, it just kept things in mind, like, can I function in this kitchen and can I put the cat food dish in here? Can I have her water dish in here? Like, where are places where she can go hide if there's company because she doesn't do people? Like, where does her litter box go so it's not in the way? But it's somewhere quiet that she can use. Not that even in the space I'm currently living in, people who don't like cats, I still occasionally get the, your cat box is in the bathroom comment because you never smell it. So it's just a cat litter I use. I don't like smells of any type. So I need to figure out those placements for her. So like I have to keep that in mind when I'm looking at apartments as well. But so long as I do that, it's fine.
She doesn't come with a miniature wargaming hobby, though.
No. No. Though somehow my one cat has garnered me 3 cat carriers.
I mean, you got to match the cat carrier to your outfit?
It's because my mom's last cat, Mr. Bandit, passed away. And then Smokey passed away shortly afterwards. And Bandit was a larger cat. Well, Phaedra's a larger cat. Phaedra is fat. Bandit was not fat. He was just a bigger cat. So Mom was like, well, I'm going to keep Bandit's cat carrier and we'll bring it down for Phaedra because she's growing into a big cat. I'm like, yeah, mine's a fat princess. So, okay. Except my brother-in-law also had a fat cat. Like, when this cat sat on a couch, it looked like Jabba the Hutt. Like, I mean, like with the paws and everything.
Wow.
Like, she Jabba the Hutt like nobody's business. Like you walk by, and go, hey Jabba, what's up? It's like, look at you. Like what? When she passed, he never got rid of her cat carrier. They're the same freaking cat carrier. I just have two of them now. Guys, I still only have one cat. Just the one. That's all I need.
Gotta
And then
rotate it, keep things fresh.
I had the carrier I bought when she was little that she came home in that I'm gonna keep because I don't know if she'll be my last cat or if I'll get another cat when she inevitably passes away at some point, like a decade plus down the road. So it's like I don't. There's still a purpose to the smaller cat carrier. If I decide I want to get another kitten later,
Mm-hmm.
it's still there. And if I decide I don't, well then I can give it away as a perfectly functioning cat carrier. But now I have three.
At least they're light for moving.
Well, one will hold the cat, which will be noisy and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one's gonna hold her specific stuff, her food, her wet food, her dry food, her dishes, her toys, her not her blankets. There's too many of those. Like her hairbrush, her stuff can all go in her little carrier. I used to put her in, and she'll go in the bigger carrier and yell at me like I'm skinning her alive from the moment she's left the house to the moment she's in the new space.
Mm-hmm.
Because she hates going outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like severely hates going outside. And then her litter and litter box will travel separately because that just makes sense. Yeah. So I don't know. So I think I'm gonna donate one of those cat chairs. Like one of these can go so somebody else can use it because I don't.
Makes sense.
That's a lot of my life. It's like, okay, we're packing things down and doing stuff. I might have to let go of some Halloween decorations.
Whoa.
I just don't have the square footage. Mm-hmm. And we all know I'm going to be making more this year, so I don't think any of us are in doubt that I'll be crafting more Halloween stuff this year.
Catching up on chat. People are talking about hats. Hats that don't work.
Yeah.
Shay says she had knit herself a beret cloche type hat and she looked like Mother Goose.
Oh no!
Also says, I want space to have my sewing machine available all the time, but I don't have budget for that apartment in my part of town. That's fair.
Yeah, it just comes down to that. Like if budgets weren't a problem, then it's done. I would go for the nice super fancy one. But it's not a thing. So like I know I'm gonna have to set up my sewing machine and take my sewing machine down, that's not that big of a deal since 90% of sewing is prepping for sewing. Mm-hmm. So that's okay. It's just where do I store it when I don't have it out? That's what becomes the question. Same with like I'm getting a standing desk because right now I have an L-shaped desk, but it takes up too much room. So I have to have a standing desk, and then I want a small shelving unit on the side that is just big enough and tall enough for my printer to sit on top and my paperwork stuff to sit down, and then that's the entirety of the space I'm letting the office have. So I'm paring down and getting rid of a lot of stuff so that I don't have it underfoot and on the way. Mm-hmm. And yes, I'll be able to put the desk down if I want to sit, and put the desk up if I don't want to sit. And I will certainly find space for the computer chair, or see if my dad would like to have the computer chair when it goes, because then I can just sit in whatever chair I have. Because currently I have a computer chair. It's a computer chair he won. But one of his computer chair is quite old and broken, so I might give him this one because he'll have more space for it. And I make sure there's space for my rocking chair and my cedar chest and my spinning wheel and my bed and my dressers and like all the other stuff I already own. Mm-hmm. My bookcases. Mm-hmm. My mom's convinced I need to take the teak china cabinet that I store my fabric in right now.
Oh, definitely.
I'm like, it's so big.
Where's the fabric gonna go?
I don't know.
It might have to come just.
The cubby holes under my dining room table.
Might need the china cabinet just for the fabric.
Yeah, since the china cabinet doesn't even hold all the fabric, the answer to that question is correct. I need to let go of more fabric, is what it is. I am keeping too much. I am keeping too much fabric. And I know I'm keeping too much fabric. I've got that hoarding craft problem.
Buying craft supplies and actually using them are two different hobbies. So I have all of my yarn, and I have some sewing, and that red cup represents the watercolor stuff that you can't otherwise see. And
I need 18 total garter ridges to be done this section. I have 7. I've got some time.
Keep going.
I get distracted. We get talking.
I want to take up once I have roses. I'm gonna cut and dry the roses, and then I want to try and do some resin stuff and make, like, I don't know, paperweights or something with dried roses from my garden.
Are you secretly my granny?
You know, I've had a hankering to crochet some doilies.
You are secretly my great-grandmother.
Yeah, not so secretly anymore, I don't think.
So long as you don't take up an obsession with the 70s owls.
No, I'm not into the 70s owls. Like, they're kind of cute, but they're not my thing.
My great-grandmother loved them so much. I still have nightmares about those things. They were everywhere. But yeah, she had those little resin half globes with the flowers in them.
Yeah.
They were her paperweights, and every single surface that could be covered with a doily was covered with a doily.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna ever really be. I have to do at least one doily in my life just to say I did, but I don't think it's gonna be a thing that I'm into.
Well, we have those crocheted angel.
Yes.
Crocheted angel doily book thing we've got, which is the doily patterns, but they make little crocheted angels.
Yes, I need to get some crochet cotton. I want to make one of those this Christmas.
Yeah, that's on my list to make this Christmas and do. So
I was thinking if you have like a little resin, like half globe or a cube or something, and if you put it on a mirrored tray with some tea lights around it, like that could be a really cute centerpiece on a dining table.
It would be a very cute centerpiece on a dining room table.
Let's see. Also wants to get a kitten, but I cuddled a cat yesterday and sneezed like I was paid to do it. Oh no.
If you're allergic to cats and you want to own one, I am allergic to cats and I do own one. You're more aggressive with your cleaning because you're invited. Sure, also already knows all this stuff. She does not need me lecturing her on it. My cat is brushed every other day. She gets an anti-dander wipe once a week, but she gets bathed quarterly. From the time she was 3 months old and she comes home, she's had a bath every 3 months of her life because I have to keep the dander down. But I also have to make sure that my floors are swept and mopped twice a week, that I don't let any of my other allergens creep up there. So, like, there is no dusty surfaces when there's not construction going on above my head. So I know I have to keep my environment cleaner to have her here in my life, because otherwise, yes, if I hug her, I sneeze like I'm being paid to do it. I am allergic to my cat. She does not help me in the spring because right now she's shedding and stuff's getting ready to grow. So but if I'm honest, I'm allergic to people, plants, and things. So I'm allergic to everything. So what's the difference? So, like, I knew there was extra work involved. Also, it depends on what breed of cat you get. Go domestic short hair, you have better odds that the dander isn't as bad as it would be with a long-haired cat. But it's you could always go with the hyperallergenic cat. I would not pay a price for one of those. And the cats with no fur just look like large rats, which does not appeal to me. So I'm like,
but they're so wrinkly and you can put sweaters on them.
I know. Just no.
It's growing on me slowly.
I went with a domestic short hair, and I just went for a color palette that I like. In my case, it's tuxedo palettes. I like the black cat with the white paws and the white chest fur. That's the kind of cat I find very cute and attractive. So I don't know why I got a black cat. I have black leather couches. Did not think that through.
Mom, why are you sitting on me? Mom, why have you thrown things on top of me?
because when I get out of the bathroom at 3 in the morning, because I've had to get up because I had a huge cup of tea before I went to bed, I don't care if she's sleeping in my spot. If I'm tired, I just start climbing in bed around her. She does not like it. She does not appreciate when I do this, and I'm like, stop climbing into my spot. You have a whole half a bed. Go over there. You're
No.
worse than the ex-boyfriend for warning in on my space. Get out.
But your space is warm.
Yes, well, that's not in doubt. I run too warm.
Rachel says, we wanted a kitten too, but our oldest / largest dog is terrified of cats. She will literally whine and run away and hide.
Oh no!
That's amazing.
Oh, poor puppy. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Mouse wants to know if I have those dolls that hide the roll of toilet paper, because that's real granny stuff. And no, I don't. But now you've put the idea in my head, so maybe.
I remember that saying. My grandmother had it.
I know, right?
It was on the dolly's dress was the cover that
Yeah.
went over the toilet paper roll. Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. Maybe. Solid maybe.
Solid maybe?
Solid maybe.
Oh.
Are people allergic to cats?
It's hard because
mopping
there are some
floors.
people who are like EpiPen level allergic to cats. There are people who like their airways close up. That you cannot have a pet if your allergies are that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot have a pet. But I do know that is kind of obsessive as that cleaning schedule is, that Mr. Chris, your husband, can be in the same environment as my cat and he doesn't do too bad.
Yeah, like he's been in places like in homes with cats and he's like, nah, we gotta go.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can game at your place for hours and he's, as long as he doesn't touch his face, he's fine.
Yeah, which I mean is a general rule of thumb. If you're allergic to something, don't put it near your face. That's just
Yeah.
sort of good idea.
Susanna has a headache and she's gonna go lie down. See you
Oh.
Thursday. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. Thanks for joining us.
So do I. Yeah. Headaches suck. I forgot how to swallow air without choking. I'm doing fine.
Doing great.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this thing sitting here in front of me for an hour and a half now, and I haven't.
Did you just start picking up stitches?
Oh, I have picked up stitches. I need to count the stitches to make sure I have got enough stitches.
Well, count the stitches and ignore the chat for a few seconds because they'll try to help you count.
Okay, chat, do not post numbers. Now they're going to post numbers while I count my thing.
Okay. That's exactly how that works.
I'm going to take out
how
these.
people are helpful.
Yeah, they're so helpful.
That's why I ended up working on a sock last night because there was a hobby time going on, and the boys in the Warhammer community that I'm friends with, we get on the Discord chat and everybody's in their own homes. Some of us are working on computer stuff, some of us are playing games, some of us are painting minis. I'm almost always knitting or crocheting. Some of the wives are in that group as well too, so they'll get on and they'll crochet or they'll talk about our day. So it's a group of us and we pop in and out of the hobby evenings and we just chat, like whatever happened in the week. A lot of Warhammer, a lot of painting, and I know Copen. I know Copen so well. For you guys who've been with us for a while, Copen's one of my ex-boyfriends. We're still very good friends, but he's helpful like that. So I'm looking at the projects to work on, and I'd started a new section in the what's the other Stephen West I'm working on? Winter Lights. I started the honeycomb section, right? There's a lot of counting in the honeycomb section so that everything lines up properly. And I thought to myself, nope, I cannot work on that last night. I can't do it because the moment most of them find out I'm counting numbers, especially if Copen finds out I'm counting numbers, they'll help. No, bad idea. So I started at the heel of my cranberry sauce, not cranberry sauce socks. I want to recast that pattern on. It was so pretty. So pretty. So that was totally a thing that happened. And then my aunt, who I did the blanket of doom for, felt that the money she'd given me was not enough, so she sent more money, which is how I'm affording some indie dyed yarn from the lovely Erin. so I can make my rosette sweater. That's what happened. Because I'm still absolutely in love with the January. What are they doing?
That was
January,
a thump.
they dropped something. Yeah, because I'm still really in love with the January Sock Club yarn from Fireweed Fiber Co. That's Aaron's company, and I want to use that color, that variegated skein from January's Sock Club as the color work of the rosette sweater, and I want the main body of the sweater to be the mini color.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
So
I kind of want that now.
So I'm just waiting for the money to get in, and my mom's transferring it because my aunt doesn't do e-transfers. She only goes through the post office. So my mom's like, just let's leave the house. So send it to me and I'll take it and then I'll just e-transfer her money. And I said, okay, cool. So my mom took it. She's like, I got it in cash. She's like, I'm just sending you money. And then, hey, I've got cash for groceries. So I'm like, whatever works for you, mom. It's totally fine. I don't care. I wasn't expecting this money. So when it's here and I've got it accepted, I'm going to order a sweater's quantity of yarn and get a standing desk.
160.
So excited.
Okay, I have 160
Not that I can put
stitches.
the standing. Okay, how many stitches are you supposed to have?
I'm at the instruction that says I'm supposed to pick up and knit 3 stitches from the cast on edge for a total of 164. So I'm one short somehow, but you know what? I can just make one on the next row and it'll be fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yep,
what I would
chat's
do.
helping me count.
Yeah, that's why I said ignore chat and do your count.
Also, we would never do such things.
Such a thing. Of course
Sherry,
not.
never. But if I were to, I would say 47.
Oh,
35,
yeah,
42,
yep.
39,
Yep.
55, 61.
One, yep.
79.
Well,
yep.
Forced Jocelyn story time instead.
Okay, so I almost have enough stitches. So close.
Whatever, you're short by 1. Just pick up your last 3 stitches and do a knit front back on the next row back.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just mildly, because it says pick up 3 stitches from the cast on edge of an I cord, and I just
you know what?
don't
I never do that. I never do that. I never do that. I literally just do that super simple cast on, like that long tail cast on.
Mm-hmm.
I just cast on 3 stitches. I never, ever, ever do that. I don't
Smart.
do it.
I might just backwards loop 3 stitches then and sew
yeah.
up the end after. Thank you for that.
Sew up the end. I can't.
Okay, that's happening now. We're gonna backward loop cast on 4 more stitches to make up the difference.
And then I call it a day and I move on. You cannot see it at the end, and I really cannot be bothered to fiddle around with the stitches like that.
Yeah.
It is hard enough to try to pick up the edge on like a garter, never mind on the I cord, because like even in my I cord pickup, I don't know what's what in this thing. I can't see the bloody difference. So I just pick up, and if I'm short like 2 or 3 stitches, I just add them to the next row, and I call it a day.
164 stitch cast on.
Woohoo!
This thing is gonna be huge.
Well, it's a rectangle wrap, so
like this is my longest cord, and it's longer than my longest cord. This thing is huge. I'm so glad this doesn't grow.
Oh yeah, no, there's no growing in that one. It's just that's the row. Because yeah, I would assume it goes this way in construction.
Yeah.
And then it also means you'll have that much to like I cord bind off at the end, but
it's not gonna be fun. But you know what? I'm gonna be able to wear this thing like a sari when I'm done. Christ.
It is one of the few rectangular wraps that have stayed in any of my favorite bundles because it has the dimensions to be long enough and wide enough to fit me properly. Because like I did the Goldfish Memories shawl, but that's like a skinny scarf on me. You've seen it. I wear it a fair bit in the springtime because it's that nice pink color.
Sorry, which one?
The Goldfish Memories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wear that like a scarf because it's not a wrap shawl. It's not a wrap shawl. Not for me anyway. Oh my goodness. Excuse me.
Chat's counting has helped everybody else count too.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. So pick up and knit 3 stitches from the cast on edge. Slip 3 with yarn in front.
Now.
know how that's supposed to work. Whatever. I have 164 stitches, so we're just gonna charge on to the first section. The garter stitch chevrons. Using B. Okay, I already have to switch colors. This is already going to be a mess.
Don't forget to weave in your ends as you go, because we've learned that lesson. Only took forever and a hot minute, but we got there.
Well, it's a Stephen West shawl, so I'm going to do... Well, because this one... A lot of this shawl is just the 2 rows, 2 rows, 2 rows, so you can carry it twisted down the side.
Nice.
And then I think
That
when you
helps.
actually have to break colors, the yarn will blend well enough together to do the weave-in Steven, where you just knit the two together for a few stitches.
I really like his cute names he picks for things.
I don't think it's a
cute.
particularly revolutionary technique, but
No,
his
no.
marketing is bang on.
Spot on. So good.
Oh.
All right, that was nothing important that I had to look at. Thank you.
There's like a little flecks of red in this color. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Phone.
that was
Just
alarming.
My phone was trying to run away from me. Oh my god, we're at 22 degrees. That's too warm. Yuck. I'm going to have a headache tomorrow because we're going to drop 10, 15 degrees and have rain.
Oh, we had like a windstorm for a day and a half. There's like giant branches in my yard that I need to go clean up. Oh, good lord, that is a bigger branch than I realized. There's like a branch the size of me in my front yard that I need to go pick up after this.
You know, you say that like you're of a substantial size. You do realize you are a perfectly averaged
Well, yeah,
size
I realize
human, yes? Okay.
I'm a perfectly average size human, but that makes for a large branch to go pick up.
That is a big branch.
I've got peonies in my back garden, I think.
Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah. Let's see if I have a picture.
I have no idea.
Do I have a picture? Yes, I do. Okay, pardon I still haven't cleared out the back garden because it hasn't been warm enough or dry enough. But
yeah, that's a thing. Oh, so good.
But assuming that Google has correctly identified this photo, I'm gonna have giant flowers in the summer.
I love them. They're also so sad when they start to fall over.
And we got this wild mustard and a bunch of things that I don't know what they are, and something that I think I have lavender in the front garden.
Sure.
I'm like reasonably certain this is lavender. That is really not coming through on the camera, all right?
Nope.
Anyway, but like it smells really good, so I think it's a kind of lavender.
Sure, why not? If it smells good and it looks good, done.
I ate a little bit and it didn't kill me, so.
For science?
Yeah, for science. I mean, I was pretty sure it wasn't going to kill me, so like, and it tasted good, so it's probably fine to eat.
You're killing me.
And the front garden is looking so great.
I really want to like join you in this cast on all the things splurge you've been going on.
Do it. Join me. Cast on all the things.
Because you know what I got? In addition to... Okay, so ignoring the background noise. Listen, they're renovating the kitchen. Here's another Stephen West shawl. But you see that bowl thing?
The bowl thing. Oh, yeah. The
bowl to the brim and then some?
Yes.
All minis. Like they're all mini skeins.
Oh, wow. You have so many of those.
Plus everything in here is straps at fingering weight. And minis.
How do you have so many? Never mind. It's because you knit more than I do. Never mind.
I knit a lot.
You knit like 3 things for my one.
This is the container that my new sheet set came in.
That's smart. That's a really good container for those.
It is and I can see it, so it's really nice. And then I shoved all 8 balls, 2, 4, 6, 8 balls of my wool-like, what am I looking at? Wool-like Simuline from Loops and Threads. Yes, that's a yarn. Oh, it's Michael's, guys. And this one's acrylic. And it's a really nice fingering. I want to start that Battenberg blanket. I am aware I've not finished any blankets. You cheer also now. Finish your blanket. Listen. You're not my mommy. Mine will just sigh. And let me do my thing. Because that's what my mommy does. But I've made some squares. I think they're shoved in this bag because this is my scrap bag. But I also like there's other things I want to potentially cast on. There's things I do not have enough time in the next 3 weeks to secure an apartment, pack, move, work, record this podcast, try to actually get the blogs that I have as drafts up on the new website for myself. I've already fallen right off the record with Experimental Tuesdays. I haven't done it twice in a row now. I'm doing great. There's the new YouTube channel I'm supposed to be launching. I've already got 8 giant projects on my plate. I don't have time to cast on, what did I leave up there that I can't bear to pack yet? I don't have time. All of my spinning fiber, the librarian sweater, the yarn I need to make the up north, like North Country cowl, up north cowl, I think it's up north cowl. Anyways, this beautiful double layered color work cowl, and you knit the color work in a tube. It's really pretty. And all of my fingering, still haven't packed any of my fingering. And then I got 1 project, 2 projects, 3 projects, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on, I'm spinning. 9. 10 in my backpack, 11 by my bed, 12 over here, 13 in front of me. I don't have time. I do not have enough time for this. Can I bear to pack any of it? No. Because I'm gonna work on it. You hear the justification in my voice as it goes up like 4 notches in pitch.
I'm gonna work on it.
It'll be fine. I need all of it. I don't need all of it.
I have cast on so many things that I have literally lost one of the things I've cast on. I cleaned up my desk, and I don't know where I put it.
I do that all the time.
I put it away, and I don't know where away is.
Because you put it somewhere safe.
I literally do not know where the Stormborn shawl is right now that I cast on a couple weeks ago. I put it away. I don't know where.
Because I started making a little crocheted cozy memories blanket. It's just the granny squares, right? And I even put the hook in the bag with the scraps. But I have so much fingering scrap and so much fingering mini skeins that I'm like, I could totally cast on a second fingering weight crocheted blanket. It'd be fine. I totally have enough yarn, which is why I bought why I bought the wool like, because it's a light fingering, so it'd be great at this hook size. So like I really wanna cast it on and start and make things that have no freaking end date because I've got too many projects on the go. Too many projects on the go. Look, here's a Diana wound skein. She sent me this for Christmas. It's great. When I see you again, I'm going to teach you how to make these pretty Hank skein things. I'll teach you how.
Yeah, I tried my best. It didn't work out.
It occurred to me about the 3rd day I opened them up. I went, I don't know if anyone's actually shown Diana.
Like, I theoretically know, but I'm obviously doing something wrong.
Yeah. Like, what point did you own these 70s colors?
So I was actually a couple days short for having enough yarn bits, so I actually went to Michael's and just bought like 2 more skeins just for the last 2 days for the yarn calendars.
This is so Jocelyn color palette.
I just picked some fun colors.
Yeah, perfect. Great. Do you know how hard it was for me to pack away my totally tubular yarn I haven't casted on or knit anything with yet? My niece has already run off with the one hat I did. I put it on her. She's like, what's this? She puts it on her head. She's like, it's a toque. And walks away with it. I'm like, it doesn't even have a pom-pom yet. She's like, whatever. Oh, whatever you, child. What I should do if I pick up a crochet blanket is oh my gosh. Oh, and did I forget to mention that I'm pulling apart the last of this cube unit, of which I have like 50 million more of the wire bits? You're so helpful, guys. It's a good thing I'm related to you too. I need to order more of these plasticky dudes. This kit is older than my niece, so I've had it for more than 15 years. So the plastic corners, it's a life. So I'm gonna order more plastic quarter ends, and then I'm gonna turn that white metal. And I bought 2 cans. I bought 2 cans of Trem Clad metal paint spray cans, and I'm gonna paint them pewter gray. so when I set up the cube unit and have all the yarn in it, I can have a runner across the top, which I'll probably make by hand. But then I can put my pewter and purple lamp on the top
Oh, that'll be
and make that
lovely.
top display because I've got all sorts of junk. Anyway, what I should be doing if I pick up anything, it's got nothing to do with what I'm. Come here. Where are you? You're not what I want. I have a lot of stuff. What I should be doing. Hello, you're little squares. You're not what I want to look at. Where's the one that's completed? I know I've got one in here somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Let's watch me pull yarn out, guys. It'll be fun. This is why you tuned in, right?
I've been informed that for peonies, I'm going to need to do something to... Oh, I lost the message. It moved. Oh, no.
Scroll
Something
back.
about
Scroll
peonies.
back.
You need to... Oh, I need to make something to hold them up. And also...
Yeah.
And also
'Cause
wash
the
them really
flowers.
well because ants.
Oh yeah, the flowers open up and then they go whoop. They look so
Noted.
pretty.
So I
They're
think the
like
clump's too big for a tomato cage. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get some stakes.
steaks is what we used. Yeah,
Okay,
we would
I'm
put
gonna need some
steaks in
steaks.
and tie the stalks because they're so top heavy. And they go, and we're over. And you're like, really,
That
buddy?
makes a lot of sense because when we were cleaning up the back garden of all the like branches and stuff, we're like, what are these like? What is this huge like flat bush? Why is it? It would have been peonies.
Yes, yeah. That's what they do. They got the they're just because they're such like tiny stalks. The flowers are gorgeous, but the flowers are like 40 times larger than the stem of the plant.
Okay.
You're like, dude, you're really top heavy. I know I joke
Noted.
about being top heavy. You're actually top heavy. What I should do is I should pull apart these squares that I finished and crochet them together rather than sewing them together so that I don't have all these sewn edges. So I haven't made too many of them. I think I've made like 5 or 6 or something. So it wouldn't be that much. But the invisible sewing where you're only sewing through where you're only sewing through like the back loop on one side and the front loop on the other so that when you lay it flat the sewing disappears.
Mhm.
I can't always see the stitches to do that, so I feel like I need to pull this apart to make it look better for me. And because each of these are like they start as a smaller square, guys. Because of course I pushed all the squares down, so they start as smaller squares. So I think I want to take the grouping that I haven't sewn together and pull apart just far enough back that I can crochet the edges together. Because I could obviously find my ends because I didn't weave in all my ends.
Mhm.
And then build my cube up that way so that I've got these crocheted together instead of sewn together, and then just sew my my beige tweed edges together, because then I can just whip stitch it across and you won't see.
Mhm.
Because I'd whip
Okay.
stitch it
Okay.
with the same colored yarn. So that's what I think. I think I need to crochet my smaller grid works together, and then I can sew the larger squares together to make the blanket. Is what I think I'm going to need to do for that one. Loops are.
Naughty Yarnies is suggesting that all your scraps would make a great crochet ziggy shawl.
Ooh, they would.
Christy Glass Knits is hosting, I guess that would be a crochet along for that. It's a Sandra Paul pattern.
Yeah, that's a really pretty shawl.
I
That's a
don't
very
know
good
that shawl.
idea. Well, I mean, I also want to recast on the Sislove KAL shawl, or the Sislove shawl that I was working on last year, because I need to find I need to find a fingering weight yarn that has less variations to it, so that the patterning shows up for that one. Because I was doing so much work at the patterning, and you were just losing it in the yarn I picked.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to pick a tonal. A tonal would be the busiest. A solid would be better. But that's another giant shawl. It's spelled SIS, love, because it's for sister love.
Right.
Just not what I thought. I thought it was CIS when I first heard it.
Yeah, I think I did too. But yeah. No. Sis
No.
is in sister.
sisters and sister. So like, there's already so much on the plate, and not a single one of the things I just showed are on my Make 9.
I'm actually doing really well. Most of the things that I'm making right now are on my bingo card.
Okay, my bingo card says things like socks, shawls, design patterns, blankets. I kept stuffies. I kept it open.
Most I think the mojarino is on there, the 8-bit sweater's on there, the this one that's blurry right here that I'll talk about tomorrow. Actually that one's not on there. I don't know why I'm pointing at that. The Stormborn shawl that I've lost is on there. Which, by the way, Asa says you don't have too many whips if you don't know where they are.
I know where everything is right now. That's because I'm moving. Which for me means a master list with box 1 and what's in the box, box 2 with what's in the box, and the coordinating box with a post-it note on it, taped to it with box and the number on it. So I know where everything is when I move. The problem becomes once I've moved and unpacked everything and put it away, then there is no longer a numerated system to tell me where everything is, so stuff can move. And because I live alone, there is no one to blame but myself. Unless it involves a skein of yarn. Then it very well could be the cat. I go looking at the cat beds. I will find it.
People are saying they have 4 or 5 things on their needles and that's too many things. And I'm like, oh, I think I have like 7 things right now.
I have a lot.
It's
It doesn't bother me. Like if it's a thing that bothers people, I'm like, don't do it. Like if it stresses you out, do not do what I do. I like being able to bounce back and forth all the time, which means everything takes me forever to finish, but I know that. It just sometimes I want to work on one thing, sometimes I want to work on the other. Like I feel like I'm probably gonna put off. He is so lucky we're ordering supper again tonight.
So we'll record tomorrow evening when they're done banging?
Mm-hmm. Because nothing says a great podcast recording like you and I after supper my time, because we are so loopy and we are so tired.
Yeah, I think I tried to math, and I mathed wrong.
You did math very wrong.
Very wrong.
I wasn't going to tell you. I wasn't going to say a thing. I'm like, nope, I'm letting it go. Sunday night.
I definitely mathed correctly earlier, and then I just said the wrong number, so.
Well, by the time we're recording, we finished at what, 10 o'clock?
Something like
that. Yeah, almost 10 o'clock my time on Sunday night, which is like 11 on your time.
It was a bit late.
Yeah. Takes a long time. He is lucky I love him. No, it's fine. I'm used to it because I've grown up with the noise, but I know how it can be a pain for some people. At least they're not squeaky, high-pitched noises. They're deep thumping noises, which isn't as bad. So I know. Anyway, I was saying, I'm pretty sure I'm probably not going to pick up that quilt blanket pattern till the summer, because then I can work on the smaller squares during the summer when I don't have it on my body, because it'll only ever be that small grid, and then sew the blanket together in the fall when having a whole blanket on your lap's not as bad, because you don't want to die from heat. I'm also apparently supposed to be teaching myself Shishinko Japanese mending this week too. Not sure when I'm going to find time to do that either.
Yeah, you can probably put that off for a couple weeks. Moving takes priority.
There's so much going on. I am going crazy. I've just about convinced Dad to hire a moving company.
Almost?
So close. He's beginning to realize how much crap I own. And thinking, nah, because if we get the dudes to do it, I'll do the packing. We'll move it up to the main floor of the house. Get rid of the stuff we're not taking. Except for like my bed, the things that'll be down here, like super last minute pack things.
Yeah.
And then like 40 minutes before they're due for a pickup, I pack the fridge, I pack the freezer, unplug the freezer. And then they're here, they put all the stuff in the truck, van, and go over to the new place, and we just meet them there. And they unhaul all of it and just leave it all over the place in the apartment. I put the fridge stuff in the fridge, plug the freezer and put stuff in the freezer, close the lid, and then I'm on my own. I can move all of my furniture by myself on a flat floor surface. I've got the strength to physically pick it up and move it. The only thing I drag is the mattress, and that's because it's floppy. I've got the mattresses are floppy.
Yes, they are.
They're floppy. But the box springs, pick whatever. My furniture, I can pick it up without the stuff in it, move it, and my dad will be there. He'll help me finalize furniture placement, and then we can get dinner and chill, or do an IKEA run and then get dinner, or get the pieces of furniture I'll get for the space and put it in Dad's truck and drive it home, and then I'll tell my dad to abandon me, and I will put the IKEA furniture together by myself. It's okay. I understand nobody likes to do that part. I don't blame them.
I don't know. I don't mind assembling IKEA furniture. Since I have zero carpentry experience, it makes me feel like I know how to do things.
I find it soothing and fun because it's a giant puzzle, and I really like puzzles. But, I told you about my sister and her chair.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
And I also don't have any delusions of grandeur. I can't remember, Chad. Have I told you guys about the story about the chair? I can't remember what I cut and don't cut out of the podcast every week.
I don't know. I start
with a 4-hour Zoom call that I cut down to the hour and 40 minutes you guys see.
We talk about a lot of things.
We cover a lot of stuff I don't remember. Oh, wait. Chat, let me know. If I didn't tell you, I'll tell you this chair story, but I think I have. Oh my gosh. Still funny. Oh, my sibling. But I want I'm going to get some IKEA chairs, and me and Mom are thinking maybe a matching love seat. That would be all I would want. Then I have more than enough seating, because then I'll have dining room chairs, and I have more people than that, which I think is probably the best option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm just skimming through chat.
Sure. I'm sure they're chatting away. I'm usually in chat, so it's weird not to be in chat. To be on the screen talking. We'll answer questions if you guys have them.
I have to skim everything because mostly people are talking to each other, so I don't need to read those out loud. But I'm trying to pick out the ones that are actually questions
directed
for
at
us.
Yep. But if you think about it, we're sitting here chatting with each other, so we are literally all just having a knit club right now.
Pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a different type of knit club.
Also was saying that more podcaster folks should do the whip parades like you do, or did a while back.
It is both a wonderful challenge and incredibly daunting when you're editing that later and you think to yourself, oh my god, I need to finish some. I need to just stop casting things on. I'm going to cast more things on.
I think I actually have enough things cast on. I could do a whip parade now.
Yes, you could.
There are things hibernating in the black bin, the black bin of shame underneath the 8-bit sweater.
It's only a bin of shame if you let it be a bin of shame.
It might be a bin of shame.
I'm not going to let my whips will not shame me.
It's got the failed mittens in it. It's a bin of shame.
I haven't even started the blue rose dress. How many weeks have I been saying I'm going to do that? Never happens.
I finally gave up telling myself that I was going to actually do the next step of sewing a pair of pajama pants, and I folded up the fabric and I put it in the drawer. I put away the sewing stuff. I have admitted defeat on that one right now.
Hey, I've got 11 of 18.
Hey! I've done 2 stitches of my second color.
You're doing great.
Yeah, well, the next step is I have to count 14, yarn over twice, do another 14, knit 2 together, slip, slip, knit, and just keep doing that. And I have to actually count 14. There's not a rhythm to that.
No, there's not a rhythm to that. I'm just knitting garter bumps. Quite easy.
I think the rest of it is just garter bumps, but this first one where I have to put the yarn overs in the right place, that establishing row,
you got to be paying attention for that. That makes
I will be a poor
sense.
conversationalist while trying to do 160 stitches of setup row.
True. Hey, listen. I wasn't sure how much downtime I'd have while we were apartment looking, So I literally threw a pair of sock needles and a bag and socks that I had started into my backpack just in case. And I did include it as part of the project, so I was just counting. Did I start it? No, I didn't have time. 3 apartments, 3 hours. I was still busy the whole time. Lots to see, lots to look at, lots of notes to write, lots of things to discuss. And then there was a lunch Safeway grocery shopping run.
Sounds like a full day.
It was. I needed a nap when we got home. I stayed awake till 8, and then I went to bed. 7. I stayed awake till some hour shortly after dinner, and then I went and passed out till 3 this morning. I was really tired, guys.
I think I haven't been outside in a few days. I should probably go outside later today.
You have a backyard, dude.
I mean, further than the backyard.
Oh. Why would
Like,
you want
actually
to do that?
leave the property. Because, going for walks is good for mental and physical health. Also, I have a thing that I should mail.
I almost walked into 3 of those pole things they stick on the side of sidewalks. I feel like that's sufficient danger-inducing behavior patterns for 1 week.
Yeah. No, mostly I need to go to the post office and mail a thing. Actually, no. I need to go to the post office and UPS because one thing. I bought some earbuds and they didn't work. And I tried to fix them and I made them work even worse. So that's a return. And I bought different earbuds. But I still need to return the broken earbuds.
Which earbuds did you buy?
The broken ones were the Google Pixel Pods. The Google ones.
Sure.
I don't know. The left one was dead on arrival, and in my efforts to make it work, because I'm a tech person, I can generally figure out how to troubleshoot things.
Mm-hmm.
I made the whole thing, both buds and the case, just brick. Like, nothing worked.
That's a challenge.
So I sat on chat with support for a while, and I'm like, so I did this and this and this. And so we ran through it all again, plus a couple other things, and they're like, okay, cool, well, they're dead, so here's how you do a return, and once we get that package back, we'll just refund you your money.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, bummer they didn't work, but the whole support experience was fine.
Sometimes I think that counts more than stuff sort of working and just fixing it. Good customer service is really hard to find.
Alright, just heading out to take the dogs for a walk, but thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, well, we've been on for like almost 2 hours, which is pretty much what we figured.
Oh, yeah, it has been 2 hours, wow.
Uh-huh.
I've done, like, no knitting.
How we get 4-hour Zoom call meetings. This is how we get there.
Ramble.
Well, I've been thinking about the wireless earbuds that you can put in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been thinking about getting those, but I don't know which ones I want to get. So
I ended up going with the, totally not sponsored, but I ended up going with the Samsung fudge. I don't remember what kind these actually are. But they're shiny and purple, and that made me happy, so I bought the shiny purple ones, and they work.
Okay.
They work.
Okay.
They just work.
It's helpful.
They don't fit in my ears the best, which is mildly annoying. Like, the left one fits fine, but the right one doesn't want to stay. But
Okay.
they're fine, and they work. They're very plug and play. And I even have a Bluetooth dongle for my desktop, so I can listen with them, but the microphone aspect doesn't work. So when I get the podcast microphone, I can ditch the headset because I'll have wireless earbuds and the microphone.
I have not looked today to see if that's shipped yet or not, guys. I ordered her own microphone, but it's on back order. So I ordered it, but it can arrive anytime this week to the end of May because it just depends on what
It'll show up when it shows up. It's fine.
I'll get a notification when it sends me. I'll get an email notification. But like I was telling you earlier today, I get the email notification that you've made changes to the Dropbox account the day after you've made changes to the Dropbox account.
Oh. I probably extra confused you this week because I was making a thumbnail for this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was an extra one. I was like, what is she? Oh, right, there's a live this week.
Yeah, I realized last night that I should probably like schedule one for people to look at. Oops, I should have done that on like Tuesday. Oopsie.
You thought of it. Didn't even occur to me that somebody was talking about time zones and start times, and I went, "What? Wait, oh, she schedules those." I am so glad she remembered because right till that point, I totally forgot.
Well, it's nice because if I remember days in advance, then like if it's already up when the episode goes up, more people will see it and know about
Yeah.
it. So bonus. But then you can also set the reminder so that like 10 minutes before people are like, oh, hey, that thing that I wanted to watch is happening because I never remember when lives are happening.
I need that reminder so bad. I need that reminder so bad
Yeah.
to be told that the live I want to watch is almost getting underway. Otherwise, I forget every time.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why? I like this. I like watching these people live. Why? Why? Did I not set myself a reminder? It's a thing of craziness. All right. I'm almost done my first little thingy.
Apparently for earbuds, the Raycon ones fit really nice.
Well, I've been contemplating it because I'm more and more moving to text to speech. So like more and more I'm using the screen readers, narrator, NVDA. And I don't necessarily want to turn the volume up real loud to be able to hear them.
Yeah.
So like the earbuds would let me do some work without being wired or have the big beefy earbuds over my head. Now these are perfect for the transcription work because they are sound canceling for everything else. So like they do block out a lot of outside noise.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing Zoom calls or if I'm just screen reading or I'm like having my screen read me blog posts or internet chatter and stuff, I don't necessarily want to have these on my head for 12 hours a day.
Yeah, that would get tiring.
I want to change it up. So being able to change up to like the minis like I put in my ears and just do other things would be really freaking helpful. Really freaking helpful. So, and I mean, I have inner earbuds that are wired that I use when I do leave the house. I just bought a new set of them because I finally killed my old ones. I have these LLDDS Ultras.
Oh yeah.
They come in a nifty little metal case. Mostly because they have a microphone built in. The microphone works pretty well, and you can get the bright yellow cord.
High vis.
With the squishy ear, memory foam ear things. So, and it.
Oh, cute.
So if I want to take one headphone out, I'm not constantly losing it somewhere because I lose everything. I can just clip them together and then drop them down my shirt and they stay there.
I also drop spare earbuds down my shirt.
Because that's
the best place for them.
Safest place. Safest place for the bloody things. Otherwise, they get caught and stuff.
Yeah.
So I do that all the time, but I like that. I like those. I like the high visibility with the yellow. You can pick different colored cords. I pick the color cord that works best for me. Black cords, white cords, I lose them because they get lost, but yellow doesn't get lost for me. So that's one. Though I don't know if they'll work or not because I'm gonna upgrade my phone. So I make sure that I have a phone that you can plug headphones into.
Oh, with an actual earphone jack?
Jack, yeah, because I need that jack. A lot of them have gone to where you have to get the adapter for the US DC port outlet, and that's going to drive me nuts because I damaged that part of my phone. But that's the part I have to. Why I replace the phone every 2.5 years is because I've damaged the connector so much just trying to connect my phone to charge it every night. So if I'm going to have to do that for a headphone adapter, I might take a look at maybe if they've got ones where they can have the charging pads.
Wireless charging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I can outline the charging pad with fabric paint. So I can line up my phone properly on it. And it charges that way. And then I can just leave the connector extra that has the headphone jack adapter, just leave it plugged in. Unless I want to plug it into my computer or something, right? Which might reduce the wear and tear. So like there's a whole bunch of stuff I need to take a look and get into. So. And Orcam My Eye is still advertising to me. I still really wish I could buy that thing.
Also wants to know if you're watching Time Team live.
They're live. No, I watch them later. I don't always catch them live because they've got a YouTube channel. They're going over there because they're rebooting. Should I tell you this? Must have told you this.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been rewatching the old ones on YouTube. Because oh my god, I'm in love with it. But I know I want to watch the new ones when they come out. I'm watching. I don't catch the lives when they're live, but I do catch them later. I was gonna count again.
Count again.
Well, I'm supposed to have 18 garter bumps.
Counting. 32. 75. I'm sorry, I'm the worst.
I have 13. Listen. Like eating powdered jelly donuts in a car. I can do this. Which I'm told is a magical skill set.
It's a very particular skill set.
For reference, I can eat donuts in a car and not get powder all over me or anything else, just on the donut, and then on my finger parts that have touched the donut.
It doesn't matter what the donut is, it just gets everywhere. Donut, me, car, the things around me. It's donut everywhere.
Nope.
If it's a sufficiently tall donut, it's on my nose.
Sufficiently tall. My dad taught me how to eat in the car because we could be driving and we'll get drive-through, which is obviously McDonald's or Tim Hortons. If my dad's eating, we don't stop for him to eat. it would increase our travel time, so he just eats. So he can eat a full-on McDonald's meal while driving down the highway. There is no spillage.
But it only takes like 10 minutes to eat.
That's not how it works.
But it's 10 minutes for standing and stretching and eating.
Nope, that's not how that works.
I mean, that might be better than road trips with my parents because my mom is like barely 2 hours and we have to stop for like half an hour. So yeah, road trips with my mom are slow.
No, my mom likes to get out every 2.5 to 3 hours to pee, stretch her legs. But if you include in and out, bathroom breaks, getting gas, picking up more snacks, like in the gas station stuff, we're in and out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, going to Brandon with my parents from Winnipeg. It's like a 2-hour drive-ish.
Mm-hmm. It's a 2 out of 2. Well, okay. Technically, it's supposed to be like 2.5 hours. We all drive over the speed limit, so it's closer to 2.
It's straight and flat. 100 kilometers is just stupendously slow for certain chunks of that. It's straight and flat.
We all do it. We all acknowledge it. Technically, we're supposed to be like 2.5 hours. It's roughly 2 hours.
But yeah,
it's roughly 2 hours. Yeah.
Going to Brandon with my mom, there is minimum 1 break.
What?
Minimum.
Why?
Don't know. It's my mom. It's fine.
Now, when we were little, my mom would stop at JJ's. But like when you're 6 and 8 and stuck in the back of a car, and you've already flown down from up north.
That's a long time for a kid.
It's a long trip. They're a long couple of days. Like, it's just not good. So like that would be a thing we would do when I was younger, and then when I was older, if we were traveling during like lunchtime and dinner time when we were on the road, we'd stop somewhere and eat. But it's 2 hours otherwise. Just go. Eat when you get there.
Also saying my donut eating is like eating a croissant. It just gets everywhere. But Nadiani says, yeah, her husband is a trucker and they drive and eat too. So
it is a weird skill to have, but I also have the nap skill set unlocked, which you guys may have noticed. Like after they made lunch, it was really quiet for a little bit because they were both napping on the couch.
Naps are great. Naps are underrated.
Naps, I'm saddened that people who work in offices don't have naps. I mean, you can, but there's like no office approved nap time, downtime, and I really think there should be.
There should be.
That after lunch nap is so helpful. So helpful. Like I don't get afternoon, like everyone's like, oh, you get so tired before your mid-afternoon coffee break. I nap after lunch for 30 minutes. and I'm good to go till the end of my workday.
It's a good way to do it. I should start having like a 1:30 nap.
Yeah, I mean, if you can do it now. I mean, like, that's great. I mean, don't go to lie down in bed because that turns into a 2-hour nap.
Yeah,
But
no.
in the computer chair I'm in now, I literally just lean back, which I will demonstrate by leaning backwards. I stick my feet up and I just close my eyes. And I do this for like 30 minutes, and I full on fall asleep.
No, I need to lay flat to actually sleep.
Sleeping while sitting up's a weird skill set. Go lie down on the couch and have a 30-minute nap. Makes total sense to me.
Yep. We have a
Total
duvet for the
sense to me.
couch. It's nice. It's cozy.
Absolutely. Why do you have a duvet for your couch?
Because when Chris initially moved out here, he needed a duvet for the bed, and then all our stuff moved, and we had a duvet for the bed, so we had 2 duvets, so one just lives on the couch.
That's fair.
And honestly, it's glorious having a duvet for the couch.
Totally fair.
Especially because the couch has one of those like sticky out bits, so you can basically lie down on the couch.
Sticky out bits? Like a
Like
settee?
Is that what that's called? I don't know. The L-shaped bit where you can like all stretch out.
Where we can lounge like one of your French girls?
Yes, exactly. It's really great. I stretch out on that corner and like I have my knitting and then put the duvet over me and it's so great.
So long as you know what it is that you like, that's the important part. Crazy lady.
Asa says, I usually only nap Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon because Louise is live at midnight Friday.
She is. Yeah, because Louise does the Friday night knit-ins on the Fiber Friends channel. But that starts like 6 o'clock Ontario time because it's 5 o'clock my time when she starts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which works fine for me because I'm up so late Thursday night. I sleep in Friday morning. Wasn't too bad this week. I was in bed by 1:30, but like sometimes they run late and they're on California time.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're a couple hours behind me.
This is why I will probably never get to watch Critical Role live unless I happen to have the Friday off.
It's off, yeah. But you can watch on the Saturday.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. Yeah. Hey, listen. Sherry may have asked if you've caught up yet.
Not yet. I'm on episode. I don't remember actually. Hang on.
I said, well, I got the dragon.
Here.
I got the dragon turtle text, so she's at the break point.
104. I'm at episode 104, so 104? I'm into August 2020.
Oh, look at you go. There. I don't even remember where they are in episode 104.
Oh, Tracy's heading out. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Tracy.
Episode 104, they're figuring out how to deal with the avocado god.
Avocado god. Poor Matt. He spent so much time getting these really nice names, and they butcher every single one.
Oh, sorry, we're not calling him avocado. He's guacamole.
Guacamole?
Yeah, it's just so he doesn't know, you know.
So he doesn't know. Yeah. No, he knows.
But they've just been playing in the upwards waterfall and getting shot to the top of mountains.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
Whoosh!
Poor Yasha.
So funny. So
she
good.
She like tried to be majestic about it and it just smack.
Nope, no majestic there. So funny. It means you're super close to TravelerCon.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited. Oh, Karen's heading out too. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Yes, TravelerCon is coming up imminently. Which is why they're trying to figure out how to deal with guacamole.
Yep. I gotta deal with guacamole first.
The Traveler's just like, oh yes, I did know that by coming to this island people just sort of forgot things. But that was totally just a backup plan. I wasn't gonna let that happen to you. Like, Traveler, sir, you're a little bit sleazy.
Oh, see, because I know who the Traveler is.
I have zero backstory for the Traveler. I know it was a big reveal, and it's related to Campaign 1, and it was a big deal for them, so...
Oh, the Traveler is an archfey. Really high power fey. And in the first campaign, they meet him in the Feywild, where he was trapped, and he guided them where they needed to go, and his request in return was to be set free. Like he wanted out. He wanted off the Feywild plane,
Mhm.
which they had agreed to, so they did. But insert ensuing adventures there. He spends most of the time pretending to be a, well, my goodness, satyr, I think. Goat legs,
Yeah.
man body. They have one episode where they have to cross a bunch of little rivers.
Mhm.
So at the time, Travis was playing the barbarian, known as Grog.
Mhm.
Not the brightest character on the planet. What he does is he picks him up and hucks him. Oh no, it wasn't him. It was Sam Riegel's character. Just lobbed him across the archway. Like, very powerful archway. Just gets picked up and lobbed across. Anyway, yet all the hilarity was them jumping across these rivers and inevitably failing a roll here or there and things going sideways. So it's super funny. Because what Grog had done is he had a jug that filled up with wine or water or mayonnaise.
Okay.
He put the jug on his head and waded in the river after Percy. So, because the river, once it got a hold of you, you're in the Feywild, it doesn't let you go. It starts to pull you like an almost sentient being, right? So he had to go in after the human fighter who'd fallen in.
Right.
So it was super cute episode. But yeah, you met the Archfey last campaign, and he was a bit of a dick then too. Let's be honest. But he's an Archfey. What are they doing upstairs?
Renovating a kitchen.
Oh my god. So when you meet him as the Traveler, it's a big deal. But there's other ones. There's like after Traveler Con, before Traveler Con. I think it's just before Traveler Con. There's another big reveal that Marisha freaks out about.
Oh yes, I've hit that reveal.
You hit that one, yeah.
That also was like,
makes no sense.
Okay, you're obviously excited about this. She like fell out of her chair and put her book on her head. Like that was like major Marisha Harika. Like, okay, well, you're obviously really excited about this.
Because the druid that was helping them was Marisha's character's mother from the first campaign, who they all thought was dead. Because the only thing they'd ever found of that character, whose name was Keela's mom, was her leg. So then you meet, and she had been lost in the water plane. So then you meet a druid
with one leg who came
from
a water
came from
plane.
somewhere, but you have access to the water plane via the what's the waterfall that goes the wrong way?
Yeah.
yeah. So like that's a huge reveal. Because like huge chunks of Keela's backstory and how she interacted with the world was around the fact that like her mom was dead. Like she spent a huge chunk of the campaign hunting for her mom to find out where her mom was. Because her mom had gone off on a grand quest and adventure and had never come home. So that's a huge thing. I think where Matt's been sitting on this, like Matt and Marisha are married. Like he's been sitting on that for a long time. But he does that. He just sits on things and you're just like, and then he does the reveal.
He's so good at keeping
Beautiful.
secrets.
So good. That's okay. Ben missed his big reveal in the last episode. I'm like, what do you mean you're not tuned in yet? There's stuff going on. Come on.
I will get there eventually.
You'll get there. Yeah, like I said, I expect this text. It's just it's good storytelling. Like I don't expect you to watch live on Thursdays. It's an hour later for you than it is for me.
Yeah, it starts at 10.
Crazy for you, yeah.
I could watch maybe an hour, which is just when they're like really getting into it.
Yeah,
so you know I'd end up staying up till like 2:30, and that's just not a good thing to do on a work night.
We've discovered you and I can't stay up late for these sorts of things. We're old.
We are
we have to go to bed on time. Otherwise, it's not pretty the next day. We tried gaming late once. Both of us were hung over the next day.
And there was no alcohol involved.
None at all.
It's just because we stayed up late. Yeah, I had like the headache and everything. Like I felt hungover. And it's just because we stayed up late.
Why do I hurt so bad? All I was doing was sitting in a chair. Come on. This is ridiculous. I cut myself this week. I don't know how I did that.
Well, thinking of games, I tried Valheim last night.
Ooh, how's that?
kind of fun. It's Viking Minecraft with better graphics.
Okay.
I mean, it pretty much sums it up. It's Viking Minecraft with better graphics. But it seems like the gist of it is you've been dropped off in Valhalla and you're trying to prove yourself for Odin's army to fight something. I don't know. It's Viking Minecraft. But yeah,
All right.
I've been running around getting attacked by wild boars, little goblin creatures, punching trees, finally figured out how to build an axe. Took me forever to figure out how to build a roof on top of my workbench so I could build a campfire. Good lord. And then I went on a big long quest exploring more of the map, and I got lost, and I found a house, and I went to explore the house, but there were bees in it, and they nearly killed me, but it's very pretty.
Adventures.
So I've got all the graphics turned up to max, of course, because I've got this shiny new gaming PC. So like all the light rays and the water reflections, and there's like mist in the morning sometimes. And I decided that to build my house at the edge of a meadow, so like the rendering of the light coming through the mist it's nice.
I play a color matching game on my phone.
I mean, I do that too.
All the gaming I've done this week. Listen, there's been Time Team to watch, and knitting podcasts to watch, and books to read, and I've been so scatterbrained. I've got 3 books, not a single one of them's finished. I just cannot focus.
I know.
This week.
I picked up another book this week because I have to read a book for the next book club, the local gamer group book club.
Yeah.
And none of the library apps are gonna get me the audio book for like another 16 weeks.
What book is it?
The 5th season? Hang on. I got the PDF unscribed because I didn't want to spend. So I have not been going through books fast enough to justify an Audible subscription. So to just buy the book outright on Audible was going to be like $35, and I'm like, I don't really want to do that. I also don't really want to reinstate my subscription for one book and then have to go through
a horrifically annoying cancellation service.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I've got the PDF on my phone, which is annoying. It is the 5th season.
Okay.
By
what is that book?
It's another N.K. Jemisin.
Yeah.
So it's the writing style is similar to I mean it's the same author, but like the writing style is similar to the 100,000 Kingdoms.
Yeah. I'm with you.
In that like magic stuff is not really explained. It's just this is what you see, and it doesn't really make sense. We're moving on now.
Yeah, and you're like, excuse me, what now?
Yeah. Like, I think some kind of egg has popped out of a mountain, and a thing that is not human but looks human or is trying to be human I don't really. I'm on like page 13.
I think you got a ways to go
sorry,
before
25.
You puzzle
anyway.
that story out.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. The world is ending. Like, it literally starts with, the world is ending. It has ended before, but this is like the last ending. It's like, oh, this is very end.
What?
Okay. Like, everything's dying. I don't know.
No, I just assume it's just my brain's so scattered because I've got so much going on. It'll be better once my brain has time to, not be quite so flabbergasted. Oh well. I should go find food. Shall we wrap it?
I think so, because I have now had an entire pot of tea and I kind of have to pee.
Wow. Oh my god, it's 2:30. Okay, I say we shall say we are done. How's chat doing?
We're talking about books now.
Books are good. Books are great. I love books. But I'm talking to you tomorrow about books. Pretty sure you don't want me to rave at you 3 times about books.
I think we can save the raving about books for tomorrow. Oh, just gonna throw that out there. If anybody in the chat has not subscribed to us yet, we are 2 away from 500, and I want an excuse to order donuts tomorrow while we record.
Are we 2 away? Oh, holy
Last
Hannah.
I checked, we're 2 away. So if anybody in here is not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button because I want an excuse for donuts.
You want an excuse for donuts?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Because I mean, well, yeah, because it's donuts tomorrow, and then donuts to celebrate my new apartment, and then donuts to I can turn just about anything into a donut celebration.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at that.
I want a reason to get the Lady Glazed donut, a 4-pack donut thing where they've got these 4 just like absurd donuts. They're like 3 times the height of a regular donut because they just put stuff on this. It's the F this 4-pack. Because like
you just want to order it because of what it's called.
Partly, but also the donuts look amazing. They're just like so extra. I want an excuse to order that.
It's
not
a donut. It's a miniature cake at that point.
It really is, and it's like all of your calories all at once.
Oh my gosh, it's too much. Yeah. Well, if we get to those 2 people,
I might just in anticipation order donuts anyway because it'll probably happen.
I have no oven, so I would have to order donuts because I have no oven.
Well, think about ordering some donuts tomorrow because it's darn close.
I feel like I can do that because I'm quite happy with Tim Hortons donuts in a pinch. Obviously, I will go for fancy donuts if I can get fancy donuts, but if I can't, you know what? I will make it work.
Donuts.
What else? It's a thing. I have no outro to do because it's a live stream and it's just been us chatting for 2+ hours. So I could just say, hey guys, tomorrow Diana and I am going to record. You guys will see that on Wednesday. Thursday I'm going to be live with Louise. Everyone's got KALs going on. Join in cast on. We were super glad you guys were able to make it to join with us while we absolutely rambled.
We rambled so hard that I have knit 6 stitches. We've been on for 2.5 hours and I've knit 6 stitches.
I'm feeling so superior about my knitting skills in a chaotic environment right now. And I was despairing this morning because I was struggling to pick up stitches on a mock short row heel. It's causing my brain a lot of thought process, like tongue sticking out, just thinking. It's been hard thinking this morning.
Yeah, I know I'm coming up on the heel on my socks. I'm like, I don't want to do it. Asa says, do it, whip those whips. Okay.
Do it, whip the whips.
Whip the whips. Whip it real good.
Oh no, now I've got the song in my head.
I don't actually know the song, I just know that one line.
You're mean.
Yeah, I am.
All right, guys, we will see you when we see you. And Diana, I will see you tomorrow.
Indeed. Bye, buddy.